Hello, everybody, it's your boy, Jmulls of Jmulls Gaming here today. We are back in the world of Xenoblade Chronicles 3. But we have reached 1,000 subscribers on the channel. Insert the song, Celebrate Good Times, come on, right here. Just like, copy-paste that moment into this moment right now. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Thank you everybody for subscribing. Thank you everybody for supporting the channel. Means the world. But let's have some fun, people. Let's have some fun. Let's sit back, relax, have a bit of a drink. I got some liquid H2O, a bit of water. And let's play some Xenoblade Chronicles 3 because we have the DLC. We have Wave 3 of the DLC, of the expansion pass, coming in the next couple of days. It's almost here, people. It's almost here. Like finals during college, it's always almost around the corner. We'll have a new hero to do. We'll have new challenge battles with the roguelite. We'll be celebrating good times. Hello, Esther Cake. Welcome to the show. Having a good day. Always a pleasure seeing you around. Yes, we did make it. Hello, Jared. Welcome to the stream. Having a good day. Always a pleasure seeing you around. Thank you. I appreciate that. It's been a wild few days. Like 5 days ago, I was at 8:30 or something. Like the channel was at 8:30. Oh god, there's two Vexes. Yeah, I get creative with these thumbnails sometimes. You should see the Xenoblade X thumbnails. It's literally just a picture of Elma that just keeps zooming in. Over and over and over again. And then the game deigned to give me another actual cinematic. So I'm like, okay, let's use that one and then keep zooming it in. There's a method to my madness. Okay, well, we have a lot on the docket today for Xenoblade Chronicles 3. We have more challenge modes. We are going to do another Ascension quest, hopefully. The question becomes, though, who are we doing? We already have Ethel done, we have Valdi done, we have Xeon done, we got Teach done. We have Juniper done. We have Isard done. We have Gray done. We have the Nopons done. We have Ashera done. That was last night. We have Alexandria done. We still have to do Monica's. We've done Fiona's. We've done Fiona's either the day before yesterday, I believe. We've done Triton's. I still need to do Gondor's. Oh, we might do Miyabi's. Honestly, I'm curious what this Ascension quest is, so we might be doing Miyabi's today. No, now that I think about it, we don't have that many Ascension quests left, huh? I thought we had, like, over half or something. No, we have, like, 3 maybe. We have Monica, we have Miyabi, and we have Gondor. And that's really it. Huh. Okay. I can work with that, though. Now, let's go find out what we need for these gems. I know what we need to do. We need to go farm some spiders real quick. Yeah, so, if you don't like spiders, today's your good day, because I'm about to exterminate an entire colony of them. Like, this is about to be quick, brutal, and precise. Precision is the key here. We just bust out Lucky 7 and annihilate everything within a 20-kilometer radius. We got this in the bag, people. We got this in the bag. I always forget that the navigational assistance feature actually exists. I don't think I've used that feature once in this entire game. I may have used it a couple times early on, then accidentally shut it off and then forgot about it. I need to know what happened with this DLC story. Hopefully release it before next fall. Hello, Deepest. Welcome to the stream. Been a good day. Yeah, that's the funny thing with the DLC story, because I believe it was originally set to come out around the winter time. In 2023, I think it was supposed to be like December, somewhere around then. However, Xenoblade Chronicles 3, I believe this affected it. Xenoblade Chronicles 3's release window was actually pushed up a couple of months. So I believe the DLC schedule is also summarily pushed up a bit. Which means it might come out in, say, September, maybe October, around then. I'm interested to see when it'll come out. I think we'll get a release date probably around E3 time, because that's when Nintendo normally likes to do some kind of direct, then that might be changing this year. But I imagine we got one more main direct somewhere around summertime for Nintendo, and I imagine we'll get a release date for the DLC around then. Miyabi's Ascension Quest is super wholesome. I'm excited to do it. Gondor's Ascension Quest is one of the saddest in the game. Ooh. Oh, we got some good content on the channel. We still got some good Ascension Quests to do. That's what we'd love to see. Hello, 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 Toru Adachi. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a good day. Try not to summon Izanagi on me. Congrats on 1,000. Also, you wouldn't have a June S anywhere near you. I hear they have a sale on cabbages. You know, some of my favorite YouTube accounts that are out there, just the ones that are RPing characters. They're funny as fuck to me. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Adachi. I'm glad I grinded your social link to max. Also, I feel like you'd be good friends with that one cabbage bro from Avatar The Last Airbender. I think it's unofficially pushed up. I wouldn't be shocked if we didn't get the story in July. If we got it in July, look, you only... Actually, no. Okay, look, this is me being completely selfish here. And I understand that I'm being selfish. However, around July is also when Final Fantasy 16 will be coming out. Around that time, I think. I need to double check what the release date of Final Fantasy 16 is. Final Fantasy 16 release date. Never mind, it's June 22nd. Okay. If it comes out in July, that works very well for me because I can go from Final Fantasy 16 straight into it. That is what we like to call synergy. I would freak out if they released it in July. I would be shocked if they did. I think it's more likely to be in autumn or fall, whichever one you want to call it. I think that release window is probably far more likely. However, I wouldn't complain about July. If they had enough time to make it properly in the way they want it, I have no problem with July. Hell, I'll take it tomorrow. Shit. Pass me the code right now, and I'll play the beta version. Hell, literally just pass me the script, and I'll read it. I just need to know what's going on here. Also, if they can actually just ever give us Lucky 7 as an aesthetic for Swordmaster where we don't have to worry about having to use a limited sword, that'd be great. This thing looks badass. I want to play as it more. It's probably already done if they have English voice acting done. Justin Big fixing out. Maybe? Like I said, I wouldn't complain about it, but they're probably trying to hit a release window. Because I imagine they probably want to do some kind of build-up for it. Or some kind of hype train. Okay. This high ether sound effect might be the most annoying sound effect in the entire game, which is one of the reasons I'm incentivized to collect them. Just to make it stop ringing in my ears. I should probably actually give Ino a boost, shouldn't I? Where the hell is she? Where are you? Ino swap, there you are. I have no idea what we're supposed to prioritize here, so we're just going for random crap. At the start of a chain attack, increases TP by 5. I'll be taking that, thank you. I'll be taking this as well, thank you. Enhanced talent on. Ooh, 700%. Don't mind if I do. Thank you very much. Okay. You're back on the bench. Who the hell did I have before? It was a Shiro. Get back in there. GG on 1K. Thank you, thank you, thank you, JJ. I appreciate it. Hope you're having a good day. Always a pleasure seeing you around. Hello, 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 Brian Song. Welcome to the stream. We're having a good day. Always a pleasure seeing you around. Do we know what time Wave 3 releases? I don't know the time, actually. My stream will probably be normal time, so it shouldn't affect the stream unless they're releasing on late at night. In which case, we'll probably like stream a little bit before. 1,000 jabronis in the house. I did some research. I have no idea if jabroni is trademarked or not. I don't think it is. I believe... I don't know if The Rock coined it. No, I think someone before Dwayne Johnson coined it. But then Dwayne Johnson just, like, hung on to it for a little bit. I don't know if it's trademarked, though. Oh, hell yeah, Lance. You were the MVP. If the winners of when Nintendo says they can start marketing. Yeah. I imagine they're going to wait a little bit for the next trailer, so I imagine it's probably going to be around E3 time. You did it. Hello, 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 Super Mario. Welcome to the stream. Having a good day. Yes, yes, we did. Hope you're having a good day. Always a pleasure seeing you around, Mario. So is Rex dead in this time? Or, in this time period right now in Ionios, I would say so. We don't know. But I would probably say yes, because I'm still of the opinion that Vandam is Noah's son. I'm still of that opinion. So I would believe he's dead. Gold Icons. All the shops in the shop in June, and I can't find it. Yeah, I think she's in the alarm clock section of Junes. Probably missed him. Missed her. Hello, 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 Potato Farmer. Welcome to the stream. Having a good day. Always a pleasure seeing you around. Was it revealed months before release? I don't remember. It's been so long. Actually, I can look this up. Also, yes, Mario, yes, 1.01k jabronis, which now means it's infinitely harder for me to check what my subscriber count is when I'm on my phone, because I don't have my YouTube account on my phone. So that makes it a little bit interesting. Let me look this up. Xenoblade 2 Torna release date. September 14th, 2018. Damn, what's all 2 Torna first trailer. I think this is the trailer. No, don't play the audio. Okay, so the first trailer, at least the one I can find, the story trailer. Ooh, hold on, there's a couple here. Let me check which one's the earliest. I have a trailer from August 24th. I have a trailer from June 12th. And then I have a trailer from October 12th. Okay, so June 12th is the earliest trailer I can find. And it released in September. So, I mean, maybe they're going for a similar schedule for this.
Hey, did you guys hear something?
Was that a snap we heard? Yeah, that was the Nintendo sound effect before the trailer. See the exact... Yeah, I could. I should check in the alarm clock section. Yeah, that's a rookie mistake, honestly. By X date, but I've released earlier than what is stated. Yeah, and also the Xenoblade 3 release schedule has been bumped up a little bit, I think, because it released earlier. So I imagine probably come out a little earlier than we're expecting here. The DLC, if we get one, will most likely be at night. I could see that. I think the box art will have Origin on it. So I think someone said, either in a comment or a previous stream, that they think the name for the DLC will have Origin in it in some capacity, and I tend to agree. I think it will as well. I entirely agree with that assumption. Ooh, who do we still have to do here? Ouroboros Fever, rank 4. We haven't done... Oh, hold on. We gotta do this. Gotta fix this. The Nintendo Switch audio Joy-Cons click is so satisfying. Always dropping stuff early. Yeah, it's one of the things I like about them. I don't have to wait for shit. Lance maybe but he's not the girl with the gold. True. Okay, come on, Lucky 7, let's go. Hey, would one of my tanks like to take aggro? That'd be great. I haven't even swung once and I'm already taking damage here. Come on, let's go. I want damage. Power overwhelming. Final Lucky 7. This is what we like to see. Up in the air. Slam him down. There we go. Oh, yeah. Oh, and you're telling me I get to use a chain attack off rip? Let's go. If we got one for Torna. We got a couple trailers for Torna. We might get more teasers for the DLC then. I believe we're at least getting one more trailer. I think we'll get one more that will confirm the time period. And I think it will probably show us maybe Nia and Melia in it. I could see that happening. And with one of these. Have both Rex and Shulk on it. Oh, I think I know what it'll have. It'll have all three of the Monados on it. Oh, all three of the main swords. I bet that's what it's gonna be. It'll probably have that, then maybe all three of the main characters. And the Origin in the background, like, hovering up in the sky. I could see them doing that. I guess we go with Aquamind here. How can I choose? Well, we barely get any story with Poppy Cutie Pie, so I'll go with Aegis, because I really like her story. Now, let's go with Demon Slayer. Oh, yeah. There we go. Lanz, why are you dead? Freaking jabroni, I didn't even notice he was dead. Doing that picture of the three blades with some character in the sky transparent. Yeah, I can see something like that too. I think we'll see the three blades and probably Origin for sure. Like maybe a completed Origin. Or just half. Oh no, I'll tell you what it is. I'll tell you exactly what it is. Actually, this might be the box art for Xenoblade 4. But I got an idea. It'll be split down the middle vertically. Half of it will be Agnes, the other half will be Kevus themed. So on the left half, we'll see like Shulk, Shulk and Melia and his Monado. And also maybe Alvis will be in the middle. And then on the right, we'll see Rex, Mio, and Nia. With the Aegis blades, maybe. Lanz already dead. Exactly! How the fuck did he die? Freaking jabroni sleeping on the job. To make at least an appearance. I think they'll be in there. I think so. They could be held up in the flame clock cycle because they are blades. They are Aegises though, so they might throw a bit of span into the works. So it's hard to really predict that. Let's go, Tachyon Slash. Beautiful. Nice little chunk of damage. You'll love to see it. Now we move over here. Let's go with a Shockwave. Nice. No, that's the inside box art. Yeah, that's smart. Yeah, I think yeah, that's good. That's a good idea. That's the inside box art. Both of the will split down the middle. Mm-hmm. I think yeah, I think that's right. I think he got it right there. Let's go with Noah here. But we never saw an Ends Mobius form. It was a bit weird. Yeah. I wonder if he just doesn't have one, or he just never thought he needed it. If that's the case, here's an idea. Here's a little bit of a theory. What if he did have one, but somehow Vandom was able to lock it down, which is why he had to retreat. So it made it impossible for him to go to Mobius form. Oh, what if that's the play? Ooh. Theories are circulating, they're percolating, people, in the recesses of my mind. Bouncing around all three of my brain cells. Replicas because of the missing core, but we don't know what the swords look like after the conduit disappears. That I do agree with, and Pyro and Myth will come back separate. I do agree with that. I think they're probably still replicas if they're going into Ionios, because I don't think you can transport physical goods into Ionios. I saw the theory going around a bit, at least in comments I've gotten, that it could be just their blades, like how all the main characters can summon a blade that just might be Rex's idea that he forms. That could be it. I still kind of want a scene of Shulk building the things. Might be the father of Mu. That's her name for me from now on. Also, hello, Neobean. Welcome to the stream. We're having a good day. What about his other two kids? Will we not meet them in the DLC or even a fourth game? I have a little bit of a theory that I'm kind of running with on stream. That one of the founders will be either Pyro or Mithra's kid. And will be the one that Rex is the tutor for. or the mentor. Because Shulk's directly says it's not a familial match to him. But it doesn't say that for Rex. But it does for Shulk's. That raises a red flag in my head. Kamaravi's Rex and Pyro's child. I wouldn't mind seeing that theory. I think it could work. It would also be kind of interesting. Let's go with this. Found a Cassine might be Pyro Mythos daughter. Yeah. You remember those brats from the investigation team? Which one's your favorite? Kanji, Yuna Rakami, and Naruto are my favorite. Those three are my favorites. I love all of them because Persona 4 is my favorite cast of characters overall of all the Persona games. But I would say that P4 is probably my favorite cast of characters overall. Those are my three probably my favorites though. Actually found a pretty good theorem what the Black Fog is. Hit me with it. I meant to say Mia, but not Moo. Autocorrect. Yeah, I know. I just found it funny though. Reed's found it wasn't related to Shulk. Exactly, Potato. The father of Moo. Yeah, we now have the Council of Moo. The Council of Moo will assemble on Moo days, which is Mondays. Noah! I swear to God, get the hell back up. Come on, let's go with one of these. Go over here. With one of these. Good. Actually, no. This Interlink sucks. I want the other one. Kanji and Naruto for me. Hey, Jared, same wavelength. I'm the exact same way. Remove irregularities from the world like Zanzo or Mobius. Interesting idea. I don't know if the game disproved that or not, but that's an interesting idea. So it's kind of like the white blood cells of Ionios. Interesting. Might be connected to Gnosis from Xenosaga. I wouldn't know what that is, unfortunately, but would be cool. Imagine if they just come straight out in the DLC and just bring all Xenosaga and Xenogears into the timeline and just confirm it. Like they somehow magically got the rights backstage. And they just announced it with the new DLC. It'd be wild. First time the Black Fog appears is the Fog Beast to remove the rest of Zanza cells. Can only consist of the Telethias and future connected. They say they're just Zanza cells. Interesting. As Doyle might be the Shion equivalent of Xenoblade. Interesting. I'm still of the opinion that I think she's going to end up being Noah and Mio's daughter as well, but just from another cycle. But it's hard to explain off the top of my head, no problem. Into Xenoblade, so why stop there? I want to see what his name is. I think it's going to be like Faye Vandom. I could imagine they just call him Vandom for the game, though. Come on, up in the air. There we go. Nice. Okay. Oh, God. Oh, God. Come on, we got one more of these in me. There we go! Come on. One of these. Okay, good. Good. Come on. Reversal edge. There we go. Make sure everyone's healed up. I got a bad feeling for Noah here. I had to deal with. I'd probably rate the P5 and P3 cast roughly on the same level for me. I think P4 is just a little step above, in my opinion. But I really enjoy the Phantom Thieves as characters. I think Strikers also really help that out, especially with like characters like Haru. By actually, you know, giving her personality there. And actually having her be a part of the story and talk for more than 5 words at a time. I really want to see Zeke in the Dune DLC. That would be wild. That would be absolutely wild. More than future connected. I will say, I am not that big on the answer right now unless we get a follow-up to it. I don't like the answer as the ending of P3. Because I think the whole door thing's kind of stupid. But I do want to play it for myself. But at this point, it'll probably take like till 2 years from now to get to my first playthrough. At least up here in the DLC, that would be cool. I would like to see that. An actual reason to why Mio named their kid Vandom if it is their offspring and not grandchild. It could be that maybe Rex told them about Vandom for him. And they named him after him. Maybe. S rank, let's go. Beautiful. I really hope Alvis isn't console A. It doesn't make any sense for a computer to be Mobius in any way. Well, it depends. They've been treating the Trinity core processors as more than just computers ever since Klaus split the worlds. I imagine there's more to his story. I imagine there's way more to his story. I mean, Rex absolutely goes to the gym. Not a shot at doubt. You don't look like that without going to the gym. Or doing some kind of training. M asked Neo what she should name their kid, and she suggested Vandom because it's an important name to it. Yeah, I think it's probably gonna be something like that. Pharaon versus Pharaon. Let's go with it. Let's rip it. So many. Like I said, that one character in Avatar: The Last Airbender probably got you covered. Alvis just fought and created the Black Fog. Imagine if that became canon. Like, Alvis just ate some chili one day and absolutely let it rip. Like Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds. Let her rip! No, I mean like Beyblade. Let her rip! And the name that would mean from Ham, from the lineage of Ham, Noah's son. Oh, that's an interesting idea there. Debus. Oh, I kind of like that idea. That's interesting. I imagine the name also could be found somewhere in Xenogears. Because I believe Xenogears' project name before it ever actually got an official name was Project Noah. I think it was. I've gotten that comment before. I think I saw it myself as well. That Ionios is a secret console A, but we'll see. I could see that. Like, the world itself is Mobius. I could see them doing something like that. Let me just wreck this thing real quick. There we go. Let's go into this. Congrats on 1,000 subs. Thank you, Wild Black. Welcome to the stream. We're having a good day. Always a pleasure seeing you around. Let my cards rip. It was a motorcycle anime. They had something in there that's assuming involving ripping, probably. Yeah, if you lose a duel, you have to like, take all of your cards and rip them apart one by one, like in front of you. It's like the first scene of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime. Let's go over here. Ring of Roses. I know how it ends, but I never actually watched it. Yeah, I saw the final duel. What a wild series of events that thing was. Hello, an average Persona fanboy. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a good day. The DLC is flashbacks from Vex and Shulk's lives on Ionios, with the Alvis fight being post-base Xenoblade 3. Interesting. Okay. I need to think about that some more. That's interesting. Okay. The founders are spurred on by Vex and Shulk traveling with the Xenoblade 3 party. Interesting. Very interesting. My god, the damage is sick. I want to do a bingo game with wild theories. Yeah, we'll just see, like, what actually sticks in the end. Right before Wave 4 comes out, we'll do a stream, like, remind me. Right before the Xenoblade 3's DLC comes out, the Wave 4 one, we'll do a stream where we make a bingo card with all the wild theories and concepts that we think could be in it. And then as we play through it on stream, we'll find out what's in there. That could be pretty fun. I guess obviously Junpei, also obviously, and Shinjiro. I think mine are probably Aigis. I count Elizabeth, so I would say Aigis, Elizabeth, and then probably Mitsuru or Akihiko. Probably one of those two. Oh yeah, use my thinking muscles for this one. Xenoblade 3 got an update as a new DLC character here. No, it isn't. They just did a little bit of a bug fix. I know. I got the same update as well. It's the DLC for the new character won't come out for a couple days. Should be on Wednesday. Arc V lore is crazy. I stopped right before Arc V. I stopped like midway through Zexal. I don't. Let's be honest. We can just use this. 98 TP base. We're good. We're good. Oh my god. Let's go! I think the OG timeline is less crazy for sure, but I mean, we're talking about a series of card games deciding people's fate. Honestly, it's how it should be. Like, let's be honest with ourselves here. How wild would the entire world be if every major disagreement had to be solved through a Yu-Gi-Oh game? So, Microsoft and Activision, you wanna be Activision, you wanna be bought out by Microsoft, and then you just have Sony's CEO come in with a Yu-Gi-Oh deck. It's time to duel! Meanwhile, Nintendo's just cheering on for a good fight in the sidelines. When the worlds merged and Shulk and Vex were inside Origin to make sure things worked, then as it merged, Alvis shows up to stop playing God, this isn't your wish. I've been thinking about that scene with Shulk, Vex, and Alvis could be happening parallel to the events of Xenoblade 3. I kind of want to make that video. I've been drafting up the Tomorrow's Theory video, though. I'm not sure if tomorrow's the theory video. But I've been drafting up tomorrow's script, so maybe the day after that. Or I might just do it tomorrow, who knows. But yeah, I think there's a possibility it's happening in parallel. Just to kind of lean into the idea that Xenoblade 3 is supposed to represent the present. I could see it happening in parallel to the main events of the game. No earlier than October. I think September, October, maybe, or somewhere around there. They could release it summer if they're being daring. I think September and October is probably the safest bet, though. From another galaxy. I thought Zexal's anime was pretty fun. I have a bit of a weakness for the whole trope of some mystical higher being there to help out the newbie. I do like that gimmick. They did it in Yu-Gi-Oh! 1 and also Zexal. I thought it was cool there. Has a U in the name. Let's go. Come on! It keeps stunning me! Hey, would one of my tanks like to do shit, please? Work with me here? Hey, look, they actually did something. It's freaking Christmas morning and nobody told me. Let's go with one of these over here. I want regeneration. Okay, move in. What the? My boy Lance has the flute? Okay. I'm not familiar with what happened in the manga there. How are we overheating already? I just got into it. Come on, we gotta annihilate Sagiri here. Sagiri, I hate to do this to you, but we gotta do it. Come on, here we go, here we go. Okay, a little bit of damage, come on. Shadow Parade, let's go. Here we go, here we go. Nice. With one of these. Come on, work with me here, work with me. The X is silent. Let's boring out. Replace someone in the TV. It's Xenoblade Chronicles 3 for the Nintendo Switch. I'm doing the end game right now. We got a bunch of challenges, like individual fights we can choose to do. There's like a time limit sometimes. You can get currency to get better stuff. There we go. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, now, what did we get? Music in Xenoblade 3 and fights is dependent on the boss's current state. It is pretty cool. I'm not sure if I really noticed that, but I always love it when games do that. Okay. Now, any other fight that we can do? Double Jeopardy. Oof. You'll not be able to interlink. Oh, God, it's this fight. It's Ethel and Kamaravi. Okay. This one will be interesting. Let's see if we can actually manage to survive this. The plan they had with Origin to have the world destroyed and then recreated probably didn't go over too well with the person who originally created it, Alvis. Yeah. Yeah, maybe. I'm slowly dipping into it. It's a really fun series. It's not for everybody, so I never blame anyone for not liking it. I never blame anyone for liking any game, but it's a very polarizing series, but it does appeal to me. I love the game. I think the story is incredible. I really enjoy the gameplay, but it takes some getting used to it first. I mean, I played MMOs and like hockey MMOs like World of Warcraft, Star Wars: The Old Republic, Guild Wars 2, Final Fantasy 14. I played those games for years, so I'm used to the style of combat. Come on. I want to get Ethel out of here first. Kamaravi's like nothing. We can beat him easily. Come on, Dimension Ripper. The deepest in the Yu-Gi-Oh series? I don't know. I've watched, like, most of the anime. It's pretty good. I thought the anime was actually really enjoyable. I thought the whole motorcycle thing was really cool. Just something fun to do, you know? Up in the air, launch, and smash. There we go. Okay, now, chain attack. Go. Move in. And Tetsuya Takahashi all about to a Z. What? I'd say how did you keep up with the live comment section? It's a learning experience. It's very much a learning experience. Luckily, I read pretty fast, so that helps a lot. Okay, now what do we do here? Let's go over here. both Takahashi and his wife. Oh, interesting. I think there's one other... There's two games out there that I think have religious motifs, or at least themes about religion, that are, I would say, really high up there, if not on par with Xenoblade for me. That would be Final Fantasy XIV Heavensward. That was a really good story there. And funnily enough, out of the dock, I would say Halo 2. Halo 2's story is freaking incredible. Especially for its length. For kids. Look, I actually like the Yu-Gi-Oh dub. Like, I had this conversation with a friend of mine in college where we were talking about Yu-Gi-Oh! And I'm like, yeah, one of my favorite aspects of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Series was always those little songs they did in the first season. I thought those were really cool, and they're also really catchy. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, you know, the songs, like when Yugi and Joey were about to duel, it was like, how did it come to this? After all we've been through, two of a pair, now on opposite sides. Do you not remember that? He's like, that was not there. Hello? Like, yeah, it was. What are you talking about? Then I found out the man watched it subbed. He only has ever watched Yu-Gi-Oh! Subbed. It blew my mind, because I loved those songs. It was some of the most memorable aspects of Yu-Gi-Oh! For me. Like the one song in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Movie, You're Not Me! Love it. I think I just like music. Do you think Junes has one? Yeah, probably for around 250 to 300. If not 200. USD. Now, let's go with... I want Senna here to make the attacks unblockable. What are your thoughts on Tears of the Kingdom? I'm really optimistic about it, even if it's just more Breath of the Wild. I love Breath of the Wild. It was my second favorite game of all time for a period of time. Like, I love Breath of the Wild, so if it's just more of that, I'd be interested in it, especially now that I've stopped playing Genshin Impact. I still love having open worlds like that. Let's go with Noah here. So I'm really looking forward to Tears of the Kingdom overall. And if they do some changes to make it more in line with like traditional Zelda games, especially in terms of like dungeons and stuff like that, that'd be even better. They butchered the actual content finger guns. Look, the finger guns was hilarious. As a kid, I was always like, what the hell is he doing? Why is Bandit Keith just pointing his finger at Pegasus? And why is everyone treating that like it's remotely threatening? Fun to make fun of nowadays. Yeah, there's some value to him. Let's go with Tachyon Slash. Ooh, there we go. Double hit. Let's go. Beautiful. Any last words? Oh yeah, beat him to death with a flag. Sup? Hello, Hugh. Welcome to the stream. Having a good day. Always a pleasure seeing you around. Come on, we can do this. We can do this. Oh, no, Noah. Noah, how could you? I forgot, we can't interlink in this fight. Like, I know Lance is doing an ability the moment I hear the flute. Come on, come on, come on, come on. What? Get up! Here we go. Here we go. Come on, I need some healing. Anyone else? Yes, I can share some buffs around, do that. Mighty Bead, why not? If I can just get Ethel down, this will make it way easier. With the newest video, watch the whole thing, by the way. I think some people have mentioned it before, but I also was of the opinion a few months back that, hey, this feels very one-sided in terms of the whole perspective of Xenoblade 3. Why didn't they show us anything with Agnes' POV? I'm like, oh, they could be saving it for the DLC? But I was reminded of that theory because of a couple of people in the comment sections I've gotten over the past couple of days, I think. It's kind of hard to remember, you know? Rhythm Breath of the Wild nowadays, I still think it's one of the best games ever made. Yeah, it's up there for me as well. And again, it's one of those polarizing aspects where it's very slow paced and a lot of people just aren't into that, which I understand, but it's also a very beloved and established series, wildly and drastically changing its formula, which will never always be popular. Like, it worked with God of War, but even God of War had a bit of controversy at the beginning because of that. Just God of War was a freaking incredible game and one of the best games ever made, that it was able to get away from that. And Breath of the Wild is still really popular as well, just as that vocal sect of people that don't like that formula alteration, you know? I want healing. Actually, I don't need healing. Strangle to death by the whip. Genius Walking, I can use that switch. Nice. Now let's go over to Ashira here. Let's use high aggro. First I playing the Xeno series. Yeah. Like, my two favorite games of all time used to be Majora's Mask and Breath of the Wild, but I was in a massive Zelda phase back then. It was like 5 years ago, maybe now. Actually, probably like closer to 6 or 7 years ago. Let's go with Tyon here. Even are related in the first place. If they are, I would say Senna's probably related to Bridget in some capacity. But I don't think they probably... I don't see them really expanding on that idea. Like, they could, but I'm not sure if they would. For the first time. I think it's just a really chill game. Like, I like having those games that I can just log in that are very low stress, but I can still have some moments of high stress and friction if I want them. I really liked what Breath of the Wild managed in terms of its overall atmosphere. It was very relaxing. I'm a big fan of having those relaxing games. Because sometimes I just need to be able to unwind and de-stress in an atmosphere that's as peaceful, just go exploring an open world like Breath of the Wild is very appealing to me in that regard. Ooh, we can go with a Shira here. This is still some of the best I've ever seen. Yeah, it's really high up there for me. It's one of the most compelling things about it. Because it knows, okay, how do we just let the player be immersed in this open world, and it does a really good job of that. Breath of the Wild is a style of open world that it probably appeals to me the most. Xenoblade X does something very similar in this regard, and I think Monolith even worked on Breath of the Wild. Like, I would say Xenoblade X is probably a blueprint for Breath of the Wild in a lot of ways. One of the things I found compelling about it. No motorcycles. Motorcycles were the greatest addition to Yu-Gi-Oh! Fight me. What's up? Congrats on 1K. Thank you, Stealth. Hello. Welcome to the stream. We're having a good day. Appreciate it. Thank you all for being here for 1K. It's a freaking wild ride. I'm just gonna relax, sit back, and play some video games and enjoy ourselves. In the text section of June, so what games do you recommend? It depends upon your genre. I would say, if you like Persona's combat, get Shin Megami Tensei 5. It's also by Atlas, but it's far more focused on the combat loop. I would say, look into the Xenoblade series, Xenoblade 1, 2, and 3. If you like Mario games, go get Mario Odyssey as well. And if you look into the gameplay of, say, Fire Emblem, and see if that appeals to you. To make it more immersive. I agree, I would love to see more wildlife in Breath of the Wild. I think enemy design and enemy variety could be a massive point of an upgrade for Tears of the Kingdom. I think that could be a really big selling point for them. Then talk to Impa. Yeah, that's one of the things I love about Breath of the Wild. It's just how non-linear it is. How you can literally just pick a direction, just go there, and have an entire adventure. I talked about this back in the Xenoblade X stream when we went to Silverlum, but The types of open worlds I find the most fascinating are when the open world itself is the content, and not just a way to elongate the playtime of the game to get you from point A to point B. When the exploring the open world itself is the content and is the focal point of the game, I find that to be the most compelling form of open world. And Breath of the Wild, it just leans on that principle, where the open world is the gameplay. There's another comment that's neat. Can I use Izanagi there? I don't know if you can use Izanagi, but it has a lot of the personas you know from Persona, they actually originate from Shin Megami Tensei. So that could be pretty cool. I need to get back and beat Shin Megami Tensei 5. That's one of the things I want to do in a couple of months. Pretty similar, but they're completely different games. Yeah, you could. Maybe a new Lizard first basically do drag Link into one and pull them deeper, and that could be cool. Ooh, 6 angry beasts. Finally, we got a new bonus. And we got another S rank. Let's go. Love to see the S rank. 6 angry beasts. We can get some nice rewards for this. Let's do it. Let's do it! Noah's outfit, like it's just a red shirt with a power frame. Yeah, but it would kind of fit. Like, I wouldn't mind seeing that. Draw lucky 7, let's go. Rip it. The bee climbing again with a single stick. Yeah, Breath of the Wild when it first released was a freaking wild time. The speedrun strats that were coming out, just people trying random crap. Elden Ring's release reminded me of that, where she has a whole bunch of people just trying to find whatever it is in the world. Sounds sick for Tears of the Kingdom. I'm still kind of emotionally traumatized from the water temples in Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time, so... maybe not Majora's Mask, I might be thinking of Twilight Princess. Make your own vehicles of Tears of the Kingdom. That is one of the elements, like, one of the examples of iteration that I want to see from Tears of the Kingdom. Just taking wild concepts like being able to create your own vehicles and running with it. That's such a good idea for having an open world, making it more fluid and easier, but also more personalized to explore and navigate that open world. That's a direction shift and pivot for the series that I'm really glad to see. Because it's not like Breath of the Wild didn't have multiple different forms of maneuvering around the map. Like you have the motorcycle, which I haven't actually played around with yet. But you do have the motorcycle. You have things like also the various horses, which I hope make a return as well. And then building up the creativity. Yeah, but that's some of the fun aspects of Breath of the Wild. Just finding what wacky crap you can do. You're gonna skip the water temple in Ocarina. I had to do it on a freaking 3DS. It was an experience. Like, let's put it like that. It was absolutely an experience. A good one, I'm not sure, but it was an experience at least. Let's go here with Demon Slayer. Magatsu Izanagi! That's still one of my favorite personas. Like, all the Izanagis are some of my favorite personas in the entire series. Visually, they just really appeal to me. Like, my favorite pro tag in Persona and my favorite Persona as well. Let's go. Though I will say Thanatos from Persona 3, crisp. That one's awesome. Arsene as well. But, I mean, it's hard to beat Izanagi. And that one scene in Persona 4 Arena Ultimax, Izanagi, Magatsu Izanagi, where they do it at the same time, that's sick. Like, it's fan service like that I'll eat up every day. Now, let's go over here. And let's use Mighty Beat. Oh, wait, we have a break? I didn't realize that. Okay. I didn't realize we had that capability. Let's go over here. I want my attacks to be unblockable. That'd be good. Now, I would like a topple. Who has topple? You do. Nice. Love that. Okay, now we need a launch. And Lance has the launch. You love to see it. But we gotta use Tachyon Slash. Come on. Gotta do it. Let's go. Oh, yeah. We got him down the next turn. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. Seeing Lance with fans is hilarious to me. It'll never not be funny to me as well. Next Isle Junis looks cool. Do you think it's worth it? I will say, if you like the story of P4 and P3 and those characters, I would say get it. It's a fighting game, so that may not be a cup of tea. But I do think the story is really cool. Also, it has one of my favorite kanji scenes in the entire series. Oh my god, that is... Persona 4 Arena is hilarious. Persona 4 Ultimax is kind of weird, but it's still pretty cool. But also, I think it's foreshadowing at Persona 6, possibly. I think it has a possibility of doing that. Let's go with Lance. It's Lance time. Up in the air. You know we gotta do one of these. Bye. Oh my god, you didn't die? Absolute jabroni. Now that's a lot of damage. Oh, son of a... Okay. Well, messed that up. I didn't realize I only had healers left. But we do have this, so... There we go. Challenge beat. Okay. It was actually probably faster to do that than do the actual chain attack there. Defeat with chain attack. Oh, suck me. Okay, well. Well, we did get quite a few Nopon stones, so we got that going for us. Where's Phil Swift when you need him? Oh, remember the who remembers the OG? Hey guys, Billy Mays here with another fantastic product. Who remembers the actual OG? Yes. My collection of Nopon coins is growing. Okay, I do want to get one more of these. Possibly another one. Just to be on the safe side. I hope Persona 6 is a different setting. We've had a high school drama setting for 25 years. I've had a change of atmosphere. It's either a road trip, college, or just real life. I wish they would just go to college. That would be my preference as well. I got a bit of an inkling that Persona 6 might be a follow-up to P3 in some way. I at least think we'll probably see Elizabeth come back. But who knows? I hope that's the case, though. Does that really matter in the end anymore? It only it doesn't change really anything story-wise. It just, some scenes will focus more on the character you choose than the other. And then transfer the scrapped alternate ending with, we could get a bad ending if you chose Pirate. I think, why the I don't know if I buy that. Why would you get a bad ending with Pirate? That doesn't make sense to me. Challenge the recharge speed after using arts is greatly increased. Let's go then. Okay. Jabroni's gonna be extra ready for Wave 3. True. Oh, we're gonna go through this freaking new challenge mode on Wednesday like a hot knife through butter. God, this is one of my favorite locations in Xenoblade 3, and we rarely ever go here. It legitimately pissed me off, because this place is freaking gorgeous. We just never go here. We go for like one fetch quest, and that's it. Like, job done. With full volume earbuds is an amazing experience. I need to go hear that theme again. We might need to go explore Origin another go-around right after this. I'm kind of curious what it's like. I haven't been there since I beat Xenoblade 3. With that alternate ending idea, maybe I could see them doing something with it, but I'm glad they went with the route they did, where it just kind of changed scenes to focus more on one character or the other, depending on who you picked. It was kind of funny, because when I first saw someone who actually picked Pyra for their playthrough, I'm like, wait a minute, this scene looks wrong. Isn't that supposed to be Mithra there? I'm like, oh, that choice actually mattered. Wouldn't even be told because of that one choice he got the bad ending. Yeah, imagine being told that the developers played favoritism. Like, imagine. Like, imagine being told you picked literally the wrong girl. Mithra or Rex in the DLC if it's a prequel. I hate that. They're my faves. Hello, infant. Welcome to the stream. Having a good day. Always a pleasure seeing you around. Welcome back. And I think we'll see Rex die, but it'll only be within the context of Ionios, and he'll just come back after the events of Xenoblade 3. I think that's probably what they're setting up there. Probably why they scrapped it. Monolith aren't brave enough to kill off their most popular characters. I just don't think it's necessary. Like, for the long haul, I just don't think it's necessary. Like, it wouldn't add anything to the story. Really. Like, what would it really add? I would need to see the context of the DLC. But in a DLC, you kill off a protagonist. I just don't see it. Hello, Joey Smith. Welcome to the stream. Having a good day. Always a pleasure seeing you around. Glad to be back. Thank you, Infant. Thank you. Hope you enjoy it. Die outside of Ionios, who would it be? Honestly, maybe Alvis. Like, I could see maybe Alvis, depending upon where they're taking his story, but from the cast of Xenoblade 1 and 2, I just don't think they need to kill anyone off. I don't think it's necessary. Like, the stories ended very well. And I can't stand it when stories kill off a character just because their story arc ended. Like, it's the most cheap way to elicit emotional reaction for me. Really, you chose her? Alright. So you have chosen death, is what you're saying. I just want a major death. I only want that if it adds to the story. I don't want character death just for the sake of character death. That's the biggest writing trope that pisses me off consistently. It's one of the reasons... A hot take here. I wasn't that big on Game of Thrones. I liked it, I just wasn't big on it. Just because they kept killing off all the characters that I was actually invested in and forced me to care about new characters I didn't give a remote shit about. It annoyed me every time until, like, Season 4. I hope they don't hard restart after this trilogy. They've done such a great job creating likable main characters in the show. Giga Chad, Vex, Pioneer. Most series can't achieve that. I don't think they will either. I think the idea is they're probably... Xenoblade 3 feels like setup for the long run, in my opinion. In a lot of ways, it feels like setup to Xenoblade 4. And I think in Xenoblade 4, we'll see the reunion of the worlds. Just my two cents, though. Or they get killed off just for shock value is the most... Yeah, exactly. I can't stand that. It's the easiest way to make me stop caring about a story. Might finally end the Cloud Saga. Yeah, that's one of my things as well. I think that Alvis dying could be the wrap-up for the Cloud Saga. Like, and even then, the story could be that Numa chose humanity, Alvis chose to be a machine, and Malus just chose evil, so only Numa's the one who lived. Like, I could see that happening. And then we'll probably get the same scene the trailer showed for a second, then we'll show the Faye-looking guy. Yeah, I'm not sure how much we'll actually see of Rex and Shulk, or how long that one scene will actually be. I'm not sold on it being a long scene. Tied to Demon Slayer in the final battle, a lot of characters died. Yeah. It's like, if you make me like a character and you make me invested in a story, and then the entire purpose of that was to just kill off that character to elicit an emotional reaction, not to really be additive to the theme or the motif of the actual story, that feels like lazy writing to me. Continuous themes of the whole Xeno series? Yeah, I think that's closely what he meant by that. I think Xenoblade 4 won't necessarily be all about moving into the future and not being afraid of moving into the future. I think it'll be more about unity and coming together and stuff like that. We'll always be in some dimension somewhere. We'll always have something to think about. Yeah. Zeke died to a bear just because. Yeah, it would be stupid. Like, that wouldn't... It would depend upon how they write it, of course, but more likely than not, it wouldn't add anything to the actual world or the actual theme of the game. What if Pyra and Mithra died? Elvis was the one who killed them. Again, it would just come back to me. It's like, why are you killing them off? Like, what does that add to the story other than just trying to make me hate a character that... Here's my thing with that. It feels like something they would do if they didn't want to really take the time to make us care about Elvis as a villain. That's what it feels like to me. Bro, my boy Ronnie did not deserve that. Xenoblade 4 Endgame, this time it's personal. Yeah, we just... Oh, imagine. Imagine if they actually did kill off Pyra and Mithra. Imagine they killed off all the main characters of Xenoblade 1 and 2. And then we just have... And then what happens is Rex is the new protagonist of Xenoblade 4. Like Giga Chad Rex. And he finds a core crystal somewhere and it's Malice's. So Malice and him have to go find revenge. And possibly try and find a way to bring them back. That's not happening whatsoever. Don't even think for a second that's going to happen. But it would make for an interesting fanfic. To kill Pyra and Mithra, I do agree with that. There's no reason to really kill them off. This story is pretty much over. Shenanigans will happen in the DLC. Yeah, I do. I think it's possible that the Zoha/Conduit is in the Fog Beast realm, which is what I think that portal behind Elvis is. Be pounding the thrones or Origin or some. Or be sleeping with Poppy and the others. Yeah, that could be interesting. Because I do wonder why Poppy was just sleeping. Like, why wasn't she utilized to aid Ouroboros or something? Like, she's a very powerful blade. Why was she locked away? Was it just for safekeeping? Was it because Tora's not around anymore? It does raise some questions for me. Kind of what-if universe? Yeah, exactly. Give Rex a Jackdaw. Ha! I really like Pyra Mithra, to be honest. Yeah, people have different preferences. To me, they're some of my favorite characters. Hello, Johnny. Welcome to the stream. We're having a good day. That feels Agni and Ethan makes sense. She wouldn't be it. Yeah, I could see it being utilized in some capacity like that. Launch up in the air, beautiful. Now we can do a smash. Pound the cloud keep to protect Nia until someone came to wake her up. Oh, interesting, Graydon. That could be it. Because her pod opening mechanisms got damaged somehow, possibly when Nia was attacked by Mobius. Maybe? Like, maybe? Or she could have just been there to protect Nia, in case someone ever did find her. So she had some kind of defense. They're too similar, even with the energy. And I know they said the hilts were different, but maybe they're... I'm starting to agree with the idea that it could be the Ionia's blades for Rex, like how everyone else can just summon their weapon. It might be a case of something very similar for... just for Rex and Ionios. I'm starting to lean towards that theory that I've seen pop up sometimes, especially in my comment section. Like Nia's Trinity process, the Aegis Core, if you think about it. Yeah! I kind of like the idea that she was just like standing watch. Like Jon Snow, my watch begins. Main Xenoblade Chronicles swords ranked. That's a tough one. Okay, for me, I would probably put... Monado 1 as my number 1. I've really grown attached to that sword. I would probably then put... I would probably put the third Aegis sword next, then maybe Pyra's, then maybe Mithra's, then maybe Noah's. Actually, no, swap Noah's with the red sheath with Mithra's. I think Mithra's is probably my least favorite, despite being one of my favorite characters. I think Lucky 7 by itself is probably my second favorite right after Monado 1. I think Monado 1 is just so iconic. Now that I'm starting to think about it, I really like the red swords. Like, the more I think about it, might go Monado 1, Lucky 7, and then Pyra's sword, then Numa's. Mal's is probably somewhere in the middle. Well, there we go. Chain attack time. Pyramithra used the power Origins instead of core of the Trinity Apostles and didn't work because they were missing the third core or Ontos and that pulled them in. Maybe. I kind of like the idea that they used the Malice core somehow for... Actually, maybe they used Pyramithra for Agnes' side, and then they used Ontos for Kevin's side. I don't think Alvis will start off as like an antagonist right off the bat for the DLC. I think he'll turn at some point. There's a sword handle just with the guard over it. Ah. Let's go with... People may like Lucky 7 when we learn more about it. I just think it's a cool sword. Like, the whole hilt turning into a gauntlet thing and Lucky 7 itself looking a lot like Jin's sword. I really like it. I'm a big fan of giant swords, but also the long, thin swords. I think they look cool. Comes back, he was forced to leave before. Well, he kind of left on his own volition, so we don't know why exactly. Like, they could have been playing the long game. I feel like they left it open-ended so they could decide in the future what they wanted to do with him. For the first 4 on the blade over its powered-up version. They really got any relevance, so it's lower on my list, but it's way better than the Sword of the End. We just don't see the Sword of the End all that much. That's my problem with it. Like, it's a fine-looking sword, just... we don't see it all that much. Pretty high up there for me. Yeah, it's a very cool concept for me. Hold on, I gotta read this comment. Hold on. Okay, so. Plot twist. Sonic the Hedgehog warps in and uses the Chaos control to separate the realities with the Chaos Emeralds. Sonic and the Chaos Emeralds is one of the few Smash characters with the same reality warping powers as Numa. I like the idea that Xenoblade just becomes a collaboration event with Sonic at some point. I want there to just be absolutely no explanation, just like Sonic shows up randomly halfway through the DLC with no explanation. Everyone just acts, oh yeah, that's Sonic, he's been here forever. It's really sharp. Honestly, do we need more with a sword than that? Like, when we really think about it, do we need more for a sword than that? The Xenoblade lorebook clarified that he was forced to leave because of some weird dimensional power. Interesting. I didn't read that. Huh. I mean, sure. Okay, that kind of... When was that lorebook released? Because that feels like that's something they would add later to the story to hint. Two and three swords that did not like the big plot. Xenoblade 1 was literally going to be called Monado. And it's practically the second main character. Yeah, that's one of the things that makes the sword so iconic to me. Because, like, visually, right? The Monado's like, okay, it's a cool looking sword. It's a little bit goofy, but it's a cool looking sword. However, all the story that is attached to it, it makes me care about it a lot more. Okay, what do we got here? Oh, we're back at 47k, okay. Let's go over here. We'll beat them with the power of friendship. Yeah, that's probably the cringiest line in the game. Like, I don't think it's close either. We'll beat them with the power of friendship. Wow. Friendship, poggers. Original release in 2020 when I got it. Okay, cool. So it was something they had from around the release time of Xenoblade 1. Okay, good. I want to know if that was like around the time they were probably developing Xenoblade 3. But it seems they had that idea for a long time. Let's go to Origin. I haven't been here in a while. What the hell is this point of interest? Hold on. There's little information about Lucky 7. Yeah. Like I said, Xenoblade 3, more than the other Xenoblade games, felt like setup more than anything. Like, they had a lot of loose ends that they were deliberately not tying up. It felt like they wanted to expand on them or tell those stories in the future. Whereas Xenoblade 1 and 2 felt way more self-contained in their entirety.
Let's use this.
Let's use the real superpower of teamwork. Sonic Heroes. Let's actually use the real Friendship is Magic abilities. Let's go with Fairy Tail. Like, Natsu on his own, who cares? Natsu, when there's one friend in danger, the man becomes Superman. Invincible. You can't actually beat him. It's an impossibility. Is there actually anything good in here for me to fight? We got that. Ooh! Defiled Ishtar. We actually get some... we can possibly... get some... God, what's it called? I can never remember the name of Triton's class. Soul Hacker, that's it. Possibly get some Soul Hacker. I'm pretty sure I have some accessories for this. On who, though? No. No. Okay, so I don't actually have accessories for this. Let's go over to lens. I don't need attack. Where's the... I am looking for the thing that allows me to get soul hacking abilities without having a soul hacker. I'm looking for that one. Where are you, my pretty? And your little dog Toto, too. DLC here was just Link from... but stylized, uses the arm and abilities to battle. That would be funny. Like, why am I here? No, imagine we're just playing the DLC. We just find a Phantom Thief's calling card. They're like, hey, Joker from Persona 5 is now a hero in Persona 3. Not Persona 3, Xenoblade 3. Be wild. Where are you? My life for a search function, by the way. Like, the things I would do to optimize this screen right here. Like, the things I would do. Where are you? I know it's gonna be around here somewhere. Where is it? We're over halfway there. Looking good now. Nothing's gonna stand in our way. Extends range attacks when you attacks are blocked or not thrown off balance. That could actually be pretty nice. I know I got this thing somewhere. Watch it be at the very bottom. What the hell uses bleed damage? Oh, I guess Ethel could use that. Where's this stupid thing? It's got to be around here somewhere. We're near the bottom. It's the final countdown. I am favoriting this thing immediately the moment I find it. Where are you? Wasn't expanded and the team was split in two. After Xenoblade 2 success, they expanded into more studios and teams. Ah. Yeah, I know Xenoblade 2 did really well for them at the time. Like, they never had numbers like Xenoblade 2 did for them. Oh, cool. If we want to resist sleeping, we got that covered. Target lock, Pog. Okay, we have to be close. If I went over it, I'm going to be upset. Where is it? Has to be around here somewhere. Interlink level buildup by 55%. Hold on, be still my heart. Increases class aptitude.
I'm quite fond of this.
Which I don't think I need that anymore. I know I have this somewhere. What the? Okay, well, you know what? Screw it. You know what? You know what? You know what? Screw it. Rip it. Fine. I didn't need it anyways.
But no victory is certain.
Wouldn't want to have any more Xenoblade? Yep, probably.
Something I can sink my teeth.
Wait, does this thing not have a...
This will be a challenge.
Does this thing not have any abilities for me? Defiled Ishtar, what are we doing here? How DE Soul compared to 2. Yeah, well, it did not do as well, but compared to the other Xenoblade games, like Xenoblade Base 1 and X, it still sold really well. It just didn't sell well compared to 2. I kind of like it too, Brayden. Just because I'm a big fan of the trench coat idea. I went with his Ouroboros outfit though because I wanted him in center of the match.
This is our path to the future.
Their honors. Orders?
Everyone, to me.
Sure thing.
Is now Finch. I don't hate it, but just don't like it. Yeah, she was also one of my first blades as well, which is, you know, I mean, that's one of the polls you can get. Get up! In the anime tropes, I think that's one of the reasons that it did so well, Divas. I think Xenoblade 2 is still the most sold Xenoblade game out there. It sold stupidly well. Like, stupidly well. Like, I think the numbers I saw were like Xenoblade 1 back in the day, like base Xenoblade 1, sold like maybe 400,000, maybe 300,000. Xenoblade X was around that level as well, I think. Maybe like 200K. And then Xenoblade 2 was like 2.2 million.
Where's the battle happening?
This is our path to the future.
Now, can we do this one? Raping and heal. What do you got for me? Got a new ability for me? I guess it does. I think I already cleared them out for soul hacker abilities. I may have done that already. When I was way to make it more anime. Yeah, they went for a different anime aesthetic with 2. I mean, it clearly worked financially for them. Like, Xenoblade 2 gets a lot of vocal hate, but it's a very beloved game. Into its life. Yeah, Xenoblade's also just way more popular name recognition nowadays. Freaking adore and I love it. Yeah, Xenoblade 2 is my favorite as well. So I'm glad they like it. Means I'm eating good. Naniko's death. Oof. And it worked. I love it. Yeah, exactly. It added a lot. Also, I love the contrast between how dark Xenoblade 2 gets and its overall aesthetic. I love the color palette. Focus on the story. I say that since most of the time goes to mechanics models in the open world. For like a side story, sure, I wouldn't mind it, but I don't see them doing it for like Xenoblade 4 or something. Nor would I particularly want it because I love having Xenoblade as a game. Now, there's one thing I do want to fight. Where is it? Here it is. There you are. Gorgeous Mendora. I hope they never go back to the anime. I wouldn't mind it. I think they'll probably stick to something like Xenoblade 3. Going into the future, I imagine that's going to be the case. I don't mind it because I think Xenoblade 3 is also gorgeous. But what I do hope is they go back to the more out there world designs of Xenoblade 1X and 2. I prefer those world designs way more than 3's. I have to do to make you say, no, I'm not playing this? I don't know. Like, maybe just kill off all the characters and make it very public very early on. Like, it would have to be something I just don't think they would do. Okay, I'm really glad I died there. Okay, good. That sucked. We start with our main character literally dying. Yeah, but they don't kill him off forever. Like, it adds to the plot. If they just goes through and just say, screw all your nostalgia, screw all the previous stories, just gonna usurp all of that, then probably. But I just don't think they would do something like that. Go back to the map. Need to farm these spiders at least. Where are you? Wrong area. Need to go back to the map for Wildwood. I need to go up here. But the maps in 3 is one as cool as 2 is a 1. I agree too. I think Xenoblade 1 is my favorite zone design overall. Xenoblade 2 is my favorite world. Xenoblade 3 is my favorite side content. Okay, let me get this trash class off her. Go back to this, because I need to get Mighty Beat. Hold on, get this stupid gem out here. Let's go with that. For the advertising 3 to be. Yeah. I thought 3 was going to be way... I thought 3 was going to have, like, way more direct references to Xenoblade 1 and 2, but they managed to make it so if you didn't have that backstory, that context, you still could enjoy Xenoblade 3, and I'm really glad they went in that direction. Had so much potential. I feel like the pacing in the second half kind of burns it a little bit. Like, after the initial Agnes Castle bit of Chapter 6, it goes... The pacing gets a little bit too fast in places and then too slow in places. Trees in the one place is still not comparable to the beauty of Araya. Yeah, the Araya is just built different. It's such a gorgeous zone. Too much false expectations, I feel. Nah, I just think that you just messed up the pacing. I think that's literally all it is.
More enemies.
I like the actual plot points we got. I just needed... It needed better... It just needed a slower pace to it overall. Like, I feel like Xenoblade 3's backend would have really helped if it had, like, 1 or 2 more chapters. It's still a really good story, don't get me wrong. It's just... Going from Agnes Castle, then going to Nia's Castle, and then going straight to Origin. Really good plot points. I want a little bit more in the middle there.
Come on in.
I mean, I prefer the way Xenoblade 2 played over 3, even with all the improvements. People act like I'm more crazy for that. No, I think Xenoblade 2 is my favorite combat in the series as well. It takes forever to get the ball rolling, but once it does, it's by far my favorite combat. I would say my favorite combat goes 2, 3, 1. Overall, I would say that's probably where my combat ranking would go.
This is our path to the future.
This is our path to the future. I think nothing beats Xenoblade 1's customization, though. I think that game's customization was goated. Definitive Edition specifically. We needed 9 chapters, not 7. I agree. Like, I knew I was going to be in for a little bit of a weird time when I got to chapter 6. Found out there were 7 chapters. Like, there's no shot they end this in like 1 more chapter. There's no shot. But then they did. Which, like, again, the story was really good. Like, the plot points themselves were really compelling. It's just I want a little bit more in the middle there. And the way things worked in 2. I agree. I think... Exploring the world in compared to 1, 2, and 3. Exploring the world itself, I felt was more fun in 3, but I prefer the worlds of 1 and 2. I prefer the combat of 2. I prefer the side content of 3 by far, though. I think 3's side content is by far the best in the series. I don't think it's a fair competition either. I think the hero system is just absolutely busted for this. Like, the Blade quests were really good, but you also had to unlock them in the skill tree, which was in the affinity chart, which was pretty annoying at times. Also, you had to win the gacha role to be able to interact with them in the first place, and you could find actual hero quests organically in the world just by going exploring and doing other quests, which I really liked. I need to get to that scene again, because I don't really remember that bit. With Xenoblade 1 there, Brayden. As kill off everyone and force you to play as the villain. Yeah, so... Yeah, we call that the Last of Us 2 principle. I haven't actually played Last of Us, but following that controversy when that game first dropped, or leading up to its drop, was funny as hell. Getting rid of field skills with a win move. I feel like they went too far with it. I feel like there's a middle ground somewhere to be had there. Well, I think I like the field skill system we have in 3. I just want more of them, you know? Also, to be more creative with them. I feel like the vine climbing one was okay. I mean, we could do that in other games natively. So that one was okay to me. Walking on poison was cool. And then... going down the railings was pretty cool, but, like, walking up sand, like, okay, that's cool for a little bit, but let me go really wild with this idea. Like, one of the systems I wanted to bring back is vehicles. Like, expand on the boat idea, expand on land-based vehicles. Like, bring the scales from X back. I don't know why the fuck they stopped doing that. That was a great system. Like, lean into that. Like, really, just lean into that. Expand on it. Flesh it out. Make the world itself so much fun to actively explore. Have more of those puzzle rooms with different types of puzzles. Again, like I said, just lean into it.
No problem now.
I really love the English voice cast in 2. I like the English voice cast in all 3 games, but 2 is especially nostalgic for me, and I really enjoy them. Two's way of collecting items was horrible. It absolutely was. I entirely agree. I think 3 and 1 do it best. 3, 1, and X. We just walk through the item and just collect it. I love that.
This is our path to the future.
Okay, we need 2 more of those. So let's teleport out of here. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Eccentric Sandal. Appreciate it. Hello, 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 and welcome to the stream. I've been a good time. A pleasure seeing you. Now let's go back and kill some more spiders. Mac the Wildwood. We need these gems. I need to get these gems for the DLC. The 2 main ones I want to get are the attack one and the crit one. Start off with the party killing tons of people in the battlefield. Yeah, it's because one of the coolest aspects of Xenoblade 3 was just them dipping their toes in other themes. Like, Xenoblade 1's, like, sub-theme was revenge. Xenoblade 2's sub-theme was how your upbringing and environment can affect your development. Xenoblade 3's theme was war, its perpetual cycle, and the concept of essentially child soldiers, essentially. To rip the band-aid off, it's essentially about that. And how, for these characters, especially for Ouroboros, all they know is war. So learning about what it means to actually be human and all these regular concepts that we all take for granted, they just don't have that knowledge or that foundation that we just come to expect with a lot of people. And it goes to show how the cruelties of war can really affect people like that. You know, 1K stream, exactly, Uncle. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the stream. I've been a good day. Always a pleasure seeing you around. Thank you, thank you. Xenoblade definitely has a bright future. You could say this is the path of the future. Oh yeah, I'm really liking what they're setting up for Xenoblade as a whole. Like I said before, Xenoblade 3 feels very similar to, hey, we now know this series can be here to stay. Let's set stuff up so that we can expand on it in the future. Let's, like, make this a fully fleshed out series. That's what it feels like to me. Like, the story of Xenoblade 3 isn't as enclosed as 1 or 2 are. And I feel like that was directly on purpose so they can take stuff and expand on it in the future. What a field day in 3 story? Oh, yeah. He would have a freaking field day. There we go. We got 30 arachno pincers. Get in. Love to see it. Absolutely love to see it. Now, we need a campfire. Let's go sing our campfire song. Our CAMPFIRESONG song. And if you think you can sing it faster, then you're wrong. It would help if you just sung along, though. The themes of 3 are easily the best in the series. It depends. The theme of 2 really resonated with me. I hate how spongy the Mobius are. Yeah, one of my biggest complaints about Xenoblade 3's combat loop overall is just how player-centric it is. The bosses themselves don't really do much. Like, in the grand scheme of things, it's mostly just about resistances and making sure you can pump out as much damage as possible. And a lot of the onus of the combat system is on the player, not necessarily the mechanics of the boss. I'm holding my tongue on making a video about that until I do hard mode and see what's it like in there. But from the hard mode challenge modes that I've done, it hasn't really changed my mind on that. Like, with Xenoblade 2, one of the reasons I love Xenoblade 2's combat so much is because essentially, the difficulties change the style of the gameplay. With normal mode, you have way more access to chain attack, so you're focusing way more on that style and that loop overall. But when you go to Bringer of Chaos, one of the things that it actually does is it limits the amount of chain attacks you can do, which makes it so, by also bumping up the damage and actual mechanics of each boss, it makes it so it's more of a 50-50 straight between juggling the mechanics that you, the player, have, and the mechanics that the boss themselves are actually throwing out to you. Do we need more food? I think we do. Yes, we do. Where's that freaking bar of loot? This is what I want. 2 also has the best music, in my opinion. 2 is my favorite 2 is my favorite songs. One Last Jew and A Moment of Eternity. I listen to those almost every other day. They're so good for me. I love those songs. Though I love... Every Xenoblade game has really good music, so I have a difficult time saying which game has overall the best music. I really like essentially all of them. How do I get sharp hawk's horns? Oh, let me look this up. Xenoblade. I need to grind a lot of these. I know that. Sharp hawk's horn. Is there a chance I can just like buy these? Oh, they drop from a unique monster. Okay. Interesting. Oh, okay. The guy's level 30 as well. We can farm the hell out of this thing.
Okay, ladies and gents.
It's good to keep a record.
Let's do a quick save. Gotta go to the Pentless region now. And where is it? Where is it? Where is it? There you are. Now we can just farm this thing into oblivion. Love to see that. And human nature. Yeah. Also, the whole concept of chasing your dreams and realizing there isn't one specific endpoint. It's a continual grind, like day in, day out. And like finding the optimistic side of humanity. I love that theme. When it's done correctly. Where the hell is this thing? This thing's about to die horribly. We are about to make this quick, Noah. Exactly. We are about to make this very quick. This thing is way tankier than I thought it would be. I thought it would be dead already. I thought it would, like, breathe in its general direction and it would fall over. Now it's about to die. Okay, there we go. That's what I expected to happen. There we go. Okay. Ooh, we got the Soul Hacker thing as well. Sand Smoke. Okay, cool. Now, give me my loot. Okay. Okay, now we just keep farming this thing. Xenoblade 2's God tier OST. It was so good. The song that played when Vandom died. Oh, so good. He's a sugar version of... Ah! I like Voldy, though. He's okay. I thought I would find Voldy way more annoying than I actually ended up feeling for him. So that's a positive for me. He wasn't nearly as annoying as I thought he was going to be the second he was introduced. He actually became a nice character.
You see, this is our path to the future.
This is our path to the future.
Ready for this, guys?
Weapons outside. It's do or die.
Make this quick. Not a bad move.
Wait, did they really infun? I haven't heard. Oh, man. Imagine thinking that was Vine, and then being told that's actually Rex. Oof. That'd be emotional whiplash. The colonies of 1 and 3 colonies just kind of feel like... I think the Kingdoms of 2 had way more personality to them. I think they worked for 3 just because of the nature of 3's story. And I like the way that 1 handled it because it wasn't just the colonies. Like, you had Colony 9 and 6, sure. But then you had the Nopon area. Oh my god, 5. Then you had the Nopon area. Then you had the Machina area. You had the high-end tier area. And I really liked how they handled that. But I would say 2 still are my favorite locations in terms of actual... 1, set pieces. 2... characters to interact with, like the various towns and villages to explore. Ryan has the Aegis Blades now. Oh yeah, didn't you hear? It's Ryan time. Oh yeah, it's Ryan time. Teacher's awesome. He's definitely up there for me. He's really cool. Like, his whole backstory was really intriguing to me. I think Ashira and Ethel and Kamaravia are still my favorites, though. Especially Ethel. I really enjoyed her character.
Ready for this, guys? This could be done well. I'm doing it.
Sometimes, I understand it, like, especially as someone who does do reaction videos, sometimes you get caught up in the heat of the moment and trying to make it actually entertaining. And trying to actually formulate your thoughts into words. That sometimes you miss very obvious things. Like, I've done that before. Like, I get it. Just kind of laugh about it and move on. The Total Marsh at night is one of my favorite areas in all of Xenoblade. It might be my favorite area in Xenoblade. That zone is absolutely gorgeous. That's one of the reasons why I say Xenoblade 1 has my favorite actual locations. So Total Marsh at night compared to day. Again, very differing aesthetics. It's one of the best things about Xenoblade 1 is just how night and day drastically changes the look and feel of each of the zones. You have Total Marsh, RFC, all of them, the Mechonis, Bionis Leg is gorgeous, Magna Forest is gorgeous as well, Valak Mountain, like, every zone, top to bottom, is just absolutely gorgeous. And I love the whole scale of Xenoblade 1 as well. Is the music Xenoblade 2 is the weakest OST of the series? That is a hot take. Though, it's hard for me because I rate them all so very highly. I will say this though. I think Xenoblade 1 has the best main menu theme.
This is our path to the future.
I love Xenoblade 1's main menu theme. I love that game's main menu theme so much. Sipping hot? Yeah, that sounds like Twitter. Human nature don't kill, though. Yeah, like, that's one of the main things with the villains of Xenoblade 2, is they have some valid critiques of the human condition, but the methodology for trying to rectify them is horrifically flawed, and turns them into villains. Like, not liking the overall blade dynamic and how blades are treated in the world. That's a good critique to have of the world of Allrest. Having your solution be to kill everybody, not exactly the best of methods. My thing with the Malthus was that he felt like, this is the JRPG church villain. Gotcha. But then they made me really care about him as a villain. Because they made the characters surrounding him so compelling. With Jin, Rex, Mithra, and Malos. Music is so horrifically subjective, it just really depends upon what each individual likes. Goes with pretty much every piece of medium. But music especially.
Beat them once, but no victory is certain.
That's why I love the villains of 2. Yeah, they're really well done in my opinion. I love the villains of 2. Burn down the entire city block. Exactly. They go way... Exactly. Yeah, that's exactly how to put it, Warrock. Like, yeah. Maybe you want to fix this segment of society. Like, have your critiques and do all that. Deciding that genocide is your answer, probably the wrong way to go about it. Almost certainly. Like, 100% certainly. The entire franchise? Oh, I wouldn't say that. I would say a lot of the rank and file Mobius are my least favorite. Mouse is one of my favorite.
Ready for this, guys?
My favorite villains would probably go Jin, then N, then Malos, then Zanza, then Dixon, then Agiel, then maybe Zed. I'm not big on Zed as a character. I want to get more of him as a character in Xenoblade in the DLC. He was just kind of there for me. I'm halfway through Chapter 4 in Xenoblade 3, dead middle. How much time do I have left in terms of time? Yeah, you do have a lot to go. It depends upon how much side content you do. It really depends. If you go strictly main story, then maybe 20 hours is something appropriate like that. But if you're going for side content as well, probably multiply that a couple of times. There's a lot of side content you can choose to do in 3. You can also just choose to do in the end game.
This is our path to the future. We already beat them once, but no victory is certain. Keep your heads or lose them.
Are we really doing this?
I'll tear it all down.
Hey, love the channel. By the way, some people are scared that Vex and Shulk will not be playable in the DLC story. Any thoughts? Hello, Jack. Welcome to the stream. Having a good day. It's a pleasure seeing you around. Yeah, I had that same kind of fear as well. I think they will be playable, but I just don't know for how long. If that makes sense. They could be main party members. They could be. But I understand the concern that it might just be the one scene with Alvis, and then they kind of get benched so we can go follow Vandom around. Like, I understand that. I feel like they know that people really want to play as those two characters. So unless they have a really ironclad story reason for not doing that, I would say,
Ready for this, guys?
just in terms of fan service and appeal, like, there's no shot you give Rex 2 Aegis Swords and not have his players for a bit. Play as that for a bit. Oh, I love Drifting Souls. It's a really banger song for me. It made a lot of those really emotional moments really lean way into the emotional aspects for me. I love the overall flow of that song. I want to finish all 3 games before Wave 4 arrives. Good luck with that. That'll be a time sink. But I hope you enjoy them. It's absolutely a worthy challenge. You still have probably months, though, before we get Wave 4.
A formidable opponent. Make this quick.
Raya got some nice quest storylines in the side content. Like, there was some decent development for them, but I wish we got some more for Raya as well. Because when we got in Raya for Chapter 3, we didn't really focus in on Raya itself. We focused more on the mercenaries and Vandom. You know, Warlock, I'm not entirely sure that's the only reason. Like, I don't know if that was, like, the only reason. Or maybe even, I don't even think it was maybe the main reason. I think there were maybe other mitigating factors at play. Maybe other thoughts going around in his head.
We already beat them once, but no victory is certain. This'll be a challenge. Don't lose focus.
Never a dull moment, eh?
I'm sorry. I can't go easy on you.
My soul hurt and feel love. Exactly, Jared. I love Drifting Soul so much. And oh my god, the instrumental version we got in Torna. Oh, it's so good. In summer, July, or early August, I think. I would love that, Jack. I think it's probably closer to maybe September or October. But this is one of the cases where I hope I'm genuinely wrong and that I hope you're right. I would love it, as so long as they have enough time to develop the fucking thing. I would love it to be earlier. I just need it not to be early July. That's Final Fantasy 16 time for me. Yeah, I need them to care about my stream schedule personally. Like, Takahashi, like, send me an email. I'll coordinate with your team. Like, just make sure that you leave most of July open for me. because I'm going to need that time to no-life Final Fantasy 16. Do that one favor for me, Takahashi, please. Monolith, hey, any help? Any helpers here? I played Genshin Impact for a long time. I played for like over a year. I actually have a lot of coverage on the channel for it. Some of my most popular shorts are Genshin shorts, but I did kind of stop recently, mainly because I wasn't really feeling it anymore. I think here's my problem with Genshin Impact, right? Is I think the characters themselves are cool, the world is really interesting, and the story itself, like the overarching plot and the things they're setting up, is really cool. It's so fucking slow, though, to develop that. Like, we've had maybe an hour of questing involving the sibling in totality. Like, no, in like the entire 2.x series, we had maybe an hour to do with the sibling story, and we didn't even see her there. It's like it has a really interesting story. They just are so bad at storytelling, in my opinion. The placeholder crying out loud. I used to think it was December as well, but I realized it was a placeholder recently. But I also thought that the schedule was probably moved up because Xenoblade 3 released earlier than expected. You can't talk about Genshin Impact, you're going to lose subs. Funny you should say that, because the last couple of videos I did for Genshin Impact, I did lose subs from it, which was funny. Because it was one of the reasons I gained quite a few subs to begin with. I don't play it anymore, though. I just stopped, like, one day.
This is our path to the future. Ready for this, guys?
Kill off most of the known characters. It's Ionios. Like, I feel like if anybody's expecting characters to really die off outside of maybe Alvis, I don't buy it. Like, I just don't. Especially if it's in Ionios. If a character dies, they'll just come back after Ionios ends from Xenoblade 3. Like, that's all that will happen. If Rex dies, we'll just see him again after the events of Xenoblade 3 transpire. Like, you don't die permanently in Ionios, I think. Copy and paste the Breath of the Wild. I like that world style. It's one of the reasons I got into Genshin to begin with, because I liked actually exploring the worlds like that in that Breath of the Wild format. So when I heard Breath of the Wild clone, I thought of that as a positive. But then it just got a bit too repetitious for me. Well, yeah, that's one of the other problems with Genshin Impact's character design, is that they have like 4 character models and they just change the hairstyle and the clothing. Future souls yet to be born. Yeah, that made sense. That theory made sense to me. Are you going to be loved by or absolutely hated? Yeah. I feel like that they run the risk of that with every protagonist, especially for a protagonist who's going to get the most screen time in all likelihood. You always run the risk of people either loving or hating them. I need to see way more of the personality. I mean, the guy punches stuff, so how bad can he really be? Even if it is inspired, is that a bad thing? I don't think it is at all. Being inspired by one of my favorite games of all time is a good thing, in my opinion. Is making another new game? Oh yeah, they have multiple new games. Finally can use Dagos now. Congrats. Kaiser Zone is such a good passive to have.
Ready for this, guys? This'll be a challenge. Don't lose focus.
I mean, Genshin Impact just cloned a lot of things. I think his story will be amazing. It has the potential to be really cool, because we kind of have the blueprint for it in the Founders Room already. Like, we kind of do. Like, we know he fights N, he beats N back at some point, and then he goes on a lonely, quote-unquote, lonely expedition, never to really be seen again, until his descendants come back to the village. And not the village, the city. So at some point, that'll probably happen. I think I said in today's video. I imagine the ending for the prequel stuff for the DLC will probably entail something along the lines of having that end Vandom fight. And then he'll go on his lonely expedition for whatever reason. Maybe he'll have a fight with Zed, maybe. And something might happen there. For the third time, most civilized debate comment section I've seen. Thank you, Esther. I have no idea how I've managed to foster that, but I am glad. Is it canonically Fae? I don't know about that. It looks a lot like Fae. Like, it looks a lot like Fae. But we don't exactly have a name outside of Vandom because of the statue. I'm gonna go see you later. Okay, Mario, thank you for tuning in. Hope you have a great day. Thank you for tuning in. Always a pleasure seeing you around. Stay safe. Hope you see you again next time. Someone spoiled me with the N and M baby scene. I got mad that it followed the anime trope with the main character having kids. I thought it was the ending to the game, so I got mad, but I learned the trope was actually good. Yeah, the way they handle it in Xenoblade 3 is really compelling, in my opinion. Again, Xenoblade as a series has a tendency to do tropes in a way that add to the story in some way, and that's how you do tropes, in my opinion. Xenoblade loves to usurp expectations and make you think the story's going to go one way, but go the other way, but actually go the other way because it'll tell a more interesting and engaging narrative. Like, that's one of the Xenoblade's main identifying traits in terms of how it tells and elicits a story. Jabronis always have civilized debates. Let's go. Good night. Okay, good night, Jared. Thank you for tuning in. It's always a pleasure seeing you around. Stay safe. Hope you have a great evening. Hope to see you again next time. Xenoblade 3 is the first game that made me cry. I'll forever cherish this masterpiece. Yeah, I don't think I cried at it, but I absolutely adored Xenoblade 3. Like I said, all three of the main Xenoblade games, Xenoblade 1, 2, and 3, are all in my top 10 games of all time. I rate every game in this series very highly. Never felt such emotions from a video game. I think this only... here's the thing, Infant. Like, one of the things I really like about Xenoblade as a whole, as a series, is that it tackles different themes and emotions, so that's naturally going to resonate with different people and what they're looking for out of a theme and what makes them emotional. So for me, Xenoblade 2 is the most emotional Xenoblade game for me. But that's because the themes of the game resonate more with me than the themes of Xenoblade 1 and 3. Still really love the themes of those games, but Xenoblade 2 just hits more close to home for me. I cried like 3 separate times during Xenoblade 3. The ending broke me. Yeah, the thing with the ending of Xenoblade 3 is I was on full copium that something would prevent the worlds from splitting. So it didn't really hit me then. But then that scene where they just were running towards each other, but were being ripped apart from each other. Dang, that was a good scene. One of the first games to make me cry. I may have shed a tear at the ending. I don't remember. There's very few scenes that have actually made me shed one tear. I think Final Fantasy XV's ending did. Halo 4's may have as well. I was kind of young for that one, though. And Xenoblade 2's ending may have as well. I think Torna almost got me. If I recall correctly, Torna almost got me. It's not about that Xenoblade 2's story is quote-unquote better. It's just, it depends upon who it impacts more. Like, what themes resonate with you personally more. It's one of the aspects of Xenoblade as a whole that I find compelling. I legit can't watch Xeno 3 ending separately without crying. I've had to edit it so many times in the videos that I've become emotionally dull to it at this point. Like, it's literally just pain in the game. Yeah. Like, oh my god, Torna is so good. It's so good. I love En's character. I have never went from hating to loving a character so fast in my life. Yeah, the switch up for me as well was extremely quickly there. They do such a good job of changing your perspective on various characters very quickly. Like, Xenoblade as a whole is just so good at developing characters and just writing them and making them interesting in the narrative. The most difficult boss in Xenoblade games is the title screen. Unironically true. Like, that transition from the ending of Xenoblade 3, like that final save screen, to the new main menu, oh my god, that hit. That hit differently. Alright, let's settle down a little bit, guys. Keep it civil. Have you cried at any video game? It's only been a couple. And it's never been, like, full-on crying. It's only been, like, I shed one tear, maybe. Like I said, it's something like the ending of Halo 4, because I grew up on Halo. And seeing that scene freaking ripped my soul apart for days. Final Fantasy XV's ending is one of, if not the most emotional scene of any video game that I've played. Like, they framed that perfectly, in my opinion. It was, oh my god, if you've played Final Fantasy 15, that game has had significant problems, but oh my god, that ending. A lot to do with which game you play in the series. Age gives you different life experiences. Yeah. Like, I played Xenoblade 2 at a particular time when that theme really resonated with me. Was the vision with Pyra and Mithra. I think we all know the one scene. It involved Poppy. You know this scene. I don't want to spoil it just in case anyone hasn't actually beaten Xenoblade 2. But it's near the end. You know the scene I'm talking about. The one with the bridge. That scene, if there was any that broke me, that was the one. To be dumb to being a Xenoblade 2 fanboy is absolutely hilarious. The funny thing is, one of the reasons I think the comedy and tropes of Xenoblade 2 didn't bother me was because I played it as I was playing Nier Automata. So I needed an emotional cleanser for my soul as I was playing through Nier Automata as well. Because that game gets dark. Poppy always brings the emotions. Yeah. I still need to make that Poppy video one point. Venom's death when we cried the first time. It doesn't anymore. I just had never watched or played a serious game before in my life until that point, so it was easy to get me them. Yeah. I think the most serious game I've ever played up to that point in terms of story was maybe, like, certain quest lines in World of Warcraft. What else? Like, the Halo games, sure. But I was never big on RPGs as a kid. I played a lot of FPS games and action games. But I never really played emotionally hard-hitting games. Xenoblade 2 was one of my first in that regard. It was also at a time when I was getting into anime as well. So the tropes didn't really, like, say, oh, this is a trope. I'm like, oh, this is kind of funny. Oh, I'm not used to this. I really didn't get enough time to know if it. I feel like we got enough time for the story to work. I wouldn't say he's my favorite character in Xenoblade 2 or anything like that, because we've only seen him for one chapter. But the role he fulfilled for Vex was perfect in my opinion. He's what I call a support character, where he's not necessarily meant to be the most engaging character by himself, But the reason I like him as a character is because of how he augments and progresses other characters' storylines.
Is that enough for you?
What am I gonna do? Make me yawn myself
This is
to
our
death?
path to the future.
Because it's so emotional and pretty.
We already beat them once.
I had one issue with Xenoblade X that over time I've gotten over now, because I've managed to start replaying Xenoblade 1 outside of it. So my main issue I had with Xenoblade 1 was the theme was very similar to Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker for me, and I had just played that. So I'm like, oh, okay, I kind of understand what we're doing here. Again, Xenoblade 1 is a different pivot on the idea, but it was similar in principle. So I'm like, okay, I get what we're going for here. But ever since that moment, like a few months after I started playing Xenoblade 1, it's just the more and more I thought about Xenoblade 1, the more and more I'm like, I'm falling in love with this story. And then I go back and watch the cutscenes and saw that New Game Plus playthrough and stream. I'm like, okay, yeah, this game is absolutely special. I have to pick one and discard. I'm picking two. The Giga Chad Max is more than enough. Yeah, like, again, that's one of the things with Xenoblade in general is it's a game of... It has a similar umbrella theme, but each game tackles different nuances and takes and ideas under that umbrella. And naturally, because of that, it's going to each game will resonate more with different people, just based on their own life experiences and what they're struggling with at that time, and what they're going through and what stage in their life. So for me, Xenoblade 2 came at the perfect time for a game like Xenoblade 2. So it's one of the reasons I really fell in love with Xenoblade 2 in general, because I was really looking for that comedy aspect, I was looking for that lighthearted, just happy-go-lucky attitude, but then it pivoted over to the more emotional, heavy, and thought-provoking human story that it told in the back half, and that also resonated with me in a very hard way.
Ready for this, guys?
Venom's death was obvious because I couldn't customize him. I saw him as a character and I'm like, there's no shot. This dude's a party member? Oh, no, he's dead. This guy's dead. He's not making it past the chapter. I never played as him. I benched that dude immediately. I'm like, I'm not wasting XP on your ass. Not happening. I played Final Fantasy VII. I know that pain all too well. Luckily, I had the context for that, so I didn't actually waste XP in that game either. So, like, Rex more and more as a character. Yeah, like, up to that point, I was kind of like here or there with Rex. I'm like, okay, he's cool. But then I really started to like him. I think I may have been slightly annoyed with him because of what he did, what resulted in Venom's death. I'm like, okay, did you have to do that? But I got over it really quickly. And over time, again, those are the moments that make me appreciate Rex as a character. There's all those little scenes and all those moments that build him as a character over time. Scooby-Doo villain fit. Yeah, I was proud of that one. Yeah. I much prefer his later outfit. Also, his new outfit, though, clean. Absolutely clean. In the living room, you were beyond Giga Chad? No, I'll tell you. No, let me tell you the ultimate Giga Chad move that I pulled. When I was young, like really young, like late middle school or elementary or early high school, somewhere in that range, I played God of War 3 sex scene in the living room. Volume was on, by the way.
It means there were no holes in my strategy. This is our path.
And both my parents walked in during that scene as well. And I had to explain what was going on. That was a moment. I was not entirely happy to be playing that game and that moment, but I got through it.
Do you really think you can kill me?
I'll tear it all down.
That was certainly a moment that happened. Seared that fucking moment in my brain. And yeah. Yeah, bad timing ever. One of the worst timings. And it really didn't help that the sex scene in God of War 3 was a quick time event either. It like really didn't help that. So like they were in the room and I had to manually press the buttons there. I have massive melee mithril on 24/7. I have never used that, and I probably never will. I'm going to use other accessories instead. I can't stand the fact that Xenoblade 2's appearance system is tied to the accessories. I think I looked at it for like 5 seconds, I'm like, I'm gonna use something else here. For a little chopper, whatever. Yeah. God of War 3 was fun back in the day, though. Oh my god. Next to the front door, you have to have the window open. Like, have a projector on your front, on the front door or something, so everyone who walks by can see it.
To the future. We already beat them once, but no victory is certain.
I think we gotta leg it.
I feel like the only person that doesn't use massive melee Mithra. I feel like the only person. Him with one of these. Come on, eat damage. Damage. Come on, Tachyon slash. I like how it looks like it's shitting on all of us. Like, look at that. Come on. I know it's digging and all, but it looks like it's taking an absolute dump on us. Like a dump that would shake the very firmament. Okay, do I need to bust out the bonk stick again? Can we go one stream without me having to bonk chat? We probably won't ever have to. That probably won't ever happen, but... Can we go one stream? One stream!
We already beat them once, but no victory is certain.
Way more than Xenoblade 2's Land Challenge, with the challenge battle idea scenarios are better in 2. Here's my problem with Xenoblade 2's challenge mode in a lot of ways. The difficulty when you get to really high-end Xenoblade 2 content is kind of bullshit. Like, when we really think about it, it's kind of bullshit. I haven't really encountered that in Xenoblade 3 yet, but I haven't gotten to the high-end challenges either. Like, Xenoblade 2 loves their one-shot mechanics. You might need the bonk stick. We might have to change the might to a need. Or just, like, remove the might. Super early tomorrow. Good luck, JJ. Hope you have a good day tomorrow. Good luck with whatever it is you're doing. Thank you for tuning in. Always a pleasure talking to you. Stay safe. Have a great day. Have an amazing, great night. Rest of your night. You too. You too. Hope to see you again next time. It's always a pleasure talking to you.
Pretty much what I expected. You see? This is our path to the future.
Better get an upgrade with the roguelike mode. Yeah, that's one of the reasons I'm not going to say it's my favorite yet. Because, one, I haven't done enough. And, two, I need to try that roguelike. It looks insane. It looks so much fun. I start getting here. It happens. Don't worry about it. We just got to move on from it. Water under the bridge, right? Since the late DLC difficulty options, yeah. I hope that roguelike is really fun. I love the fact that it's not just, here's some more challenge modes, here, have at it. No, it's like, okay, here's an entire new mode, have fun with it. Like, thank you. That's the level of creativity and iteration I want to see from a Xenoblade endgame experience. Give me more modes to play. Give me more styles of combat. Just lean into it, have fun. Let it be wacky. Take risks. That's what I love to see. I'm so looking forward to it. As like some of the Bringer of Chaos stuff into. Yeah, Bringer of Chaos gets absolutely bullshit at times. I think the main bosses are generally fine. Like the story boss in 2, but those challenge mode Bringer of Chaos fights, like, oh my god. Hell, I can barely do some of the normal ones. I have over 260 hours in the game. Opinions are never subjective on the internet. Potato, that is absolutely correct. See, you've actually cracked the code. See, the rule of thumb is you find out what my opinion is, and then you realize that's the correct opinion. That's joke. /S.
We already beat them once, but no victory is
Yeah, what the streamer says goes, chat. Yeah? We understand? You give them way more credit for the work they're doing. Like, this is my thing with Monolith. Like, they've entered this stage of a very select few developers where I appreciate that they actually try. And that can go a long way when I know you're trying your best to make the most compelling product you can. So if something doesn't stick on the wall, that's okay. Like, I'm fine with that. I'm at least favorable of the fact that they tried something new to add to the formula. So even if the roguelike sucks, I just won't play it. Like, if it sucks, we'll play a little bit of it, then we can just bow out. Like, not that big of an issue. Brings back custom difficulty, that would be cool. I want to see custom difficulty. I think this is my main thing going forward. I want all Xenoblade games from this point on to have two things. One, the appearance system of Xenoblade 1 Definitive Edition. 2, I forgot what the second thing was. Not lying, I legit forgot what it was. The Prime Jabroni has the best opinion. Exactly. Be one with the hive mind. Oh, that's what I remember what it was. The Heart-to-Hearts. Just go back to the style of 2, please. Like, they tried to do something interesting with the Heart-to-Hearts in Xenoblade 3 and allow you to get quests from them. That's a cool idea. 1, don't let you be tied up to the fireplaces. I feel that was not visually diverse enough. And 2, bring back voice acting for them. Please, for the love of God. It's one of the reasons that I love Xenoblade 2's Heart-to-Heart system so much. Like, you had so many different environments with different combinations of characters, and you had voice acting as well. It made them really memorable. Like that one scene with Rex and Zeke just on the top of the tower in Tortigoth, just screaming the affirmations out, and having Pandoria and Pyra just being embarrassed in the background. Hilarious! Like that one moment where Bridget and Morag were trying to cook a fish, but they were too scared because of the fact it was still alive. Especially if you have Shulk on Morag, so she's using the Monado as a weapon. Hilarious! Custom difficulty the challenge mode, but oh well. Yeah, I hope they bring custom difficulty back at some point. Also, for the love of God, can we just go back to how expert mode worked in Xenoblade 1 Definitive Edition? Please? Like, please? Where I can just do it from anywhere. I don't have to worry about going to a fireplace or an inn or anywhere. I can just do it naturally whenever. I loved how the Definitive Edition, Xenoblade 1 Definitive Edition handled that. I did not like the Xenoblade 3 Heart-to-Heart. They're my least favorite Heart-to-Heart system in Xenoblade. I think every other game does a better iteration on the formula than Xenoblade 3. But, again, it's something I don't like. But they at least try to do something and try to make it better. I can at least appreciate that. Like, okay, lessons learned, let's take it into the future here. Easily one of the best parts of 2 was the Heart-to-Heart. Exactly. Like, they added so much to the world, and so much to the various cast of characters. Because they were a lot of them were optional pieces of comedic relief, so that you can go do them whenever you felt, hey, I want a little bit of a break from the emotional turmoil of the actual main story. Let me go have a bit of a laugh with this Heart-to-Heart. That's a nice thing to have access to as the player. That's player agency, and that's one of the aspects of Xenoblade that I like, is that you can choose when to break up the flow. We really want a mature rated Xenoblade. I want one as well. I think that would be a really cool idea, so long as the story calls for it, right? Like, I don't want them to just add gratuitous violence or... I would say add sex appeal, but let's be honest, it's fucking Xenoblade. Just for the sake of it, have it be a part of the story and add to it, and if they want to tell a more mature narrative, go for the M rating. It probably won't do all that well on the Switch. That's the main problem to consider there. But I wouldn't be opposed to them trying. Ryan, Zeke, and Lance are out in the same room together. I need that scene. Fuck everyone else. I need that scene. Yeah? Lance, Zeke, and Ryan together. You know what? Screw it. That needs to be the cast of Xenoblade 4 somehow. I don't care what retcons they have to enable, what butchering to the story they have to actually do to give me that scene. Just do it. We don't need to worry about it. We don't need to look back. Just give me that. I need it. It's not a want. It's not a desire. It's a need. Yeah? It's an absolute need.
Ready for this, guys?
would be so good if they were voiced. I agree. They would go up numerous tiers for me if they were just voiced. But just seeing like the same 5 visuals back to back with no voice acting really hampers my... It just makes it so I lose attention really quickly. Bring back the battle announced in the post-battle dialogue. I agree. That was so cool in Xenoblade 2. It won't let it be a toggle in the option so people can turn it off if they want to. But let me have access to it. I would love to see that. You know what? Fuck it. Get the guy who does the Halo multiplayer announcing. Like, when I kill 2 mobs at once, I want to hear double kill. Triple kill. Killionaire. Team Deathmatch. Just have that one randomly throughout the story. Like, some people won't like it, so have it be a toggle in the options, but let me have that. I would eat that up. I'm the girl with the gall. Can definitely do it if it's necessary. Well, we're expecting Shulk to lose an arm. I will be kind of surprised if we don't see blood of some sort in the DLC. Or maybe they just do like a cutaway. That Al Weaver isn't potentially voicing Rex in the story DLC. Makes sense because he's older, but come on. I want to give them, if it's a new voice actor, like I don't know if it's been confirmed or not, but if it's a new voice actor, I want to give them a chance. But Al Weaver's always my Rex. Like, he grew on me so much over the course of Xenoblade 2. With like even the obviously bad directed scenes are just now memorable to me. Like, they're nostalgic to me. Like, the way he screams in the early chapters, like, ah! I love it. It's also Nintendo, so probably won't happen. Well, we did get Fire Emblem Three Houses. That game has blood in it. Also, we see a man become emotionally broken in that game. And just go on an absolute rampage. So it can happen with Fire Emblem. I just need them to let them do it for Xenoblade 2, yeah? I can't unhear Al Weaver's Rex. It's one of the reasons I cannot play Xenoblade 2 with Japanese voices. I've tried, I can't. I've tried to listen to scenes, I'm like, this feels wrong to me. I get bothered by voices that much. I love both of Rex's voices. I don't mind the voice he has in the trailer. I think it sounds pretty good for him. It's like, even if it's a new voice, it sounds decent to me. And if it has the direction of Xenoblade 3, and if that's, like, consistent with the DLC, I think we'll be in for a good time there. As Rex, he's not coming back, or he's not interested in returning due to work, or just isn't interested. Yeah, look, it's fine. If Al just doesn't want to come back and do the voice, that's on him. That's fine. Like, he voiced one of my favorite characters of all time. Like, you do you. Yeah? Do whatever the hell you want. And if he's back, it'd be great to have him back again. And oh my god, that'd be the ultimate straight man group. Dunban, Morag, and Tyon in the same group.
Hey, look at that.
I just want to imagine by the fireplace, like by one of the campfires, just like telling stories of how they had to deal with Zeke, Ryan, and Lance. Is ridiculous. I haven't heard it. Oh my god, I might need to go do that. Next Xenoblade 2 stream, remind me to do that. We'll go look it up. In the Smash Brothers reveal? Yeah, maybe. It might honestly just be his voice. Like, I've heard that. I've heard comments from that. Because I don't know if it's the case, but I've heard people say that it just sounds like Al doing a deeper voice. But better. I'm just saying. I am hoping that Xenoblade 4 will at least come out after the next Nintendo console, and I hope the next Nintendo console can at least get 1080p 60 FPS consistently for a lot of games. Imagine. Like, imagine. Imagine just how gorgeous Like, the game is already absolutely gorgeous. Just imagine if they could go even more ham with the lighting. And have more stuff even rendered. Oh my god. Kill Sonic? No. Oof. What if Al Weaver's really just built different and his voice still voicing Rex? That'd be hilarious. No. Fivehead. Here's what's gonna happen. In the DLC, we'll have to play as Rex. He'll have to go rescue a prisoner. That prisoner will actually be Al Weaver personified into Ionios. And then they have to interlink, and then he'll get the Al Weaver voice back. That's how it'll happen. Yeah? Bookmark it.
Hey, that's a supply drop, right?
Rex and Shulk-faced Alvis. He'll finally tell us the 5th rule of the Salvage's Code. I need them to just make a booklet of the Salvage's Code.
Gonna be a toughie if it's serious.
And Al Weaver's my goat? Yeah, my goat. What if all the lines in the trailer wasn't actually Rex at all? They just paid it up to make it look like it was Rex. Ah, yeah, the power of the Chaos Emeralds. Higher poly count models for Xenoblade 4. Like, I'll play it. I just prefer high FPS. Like, it's hard seeing how gorgeous Xenoblade X can look when you go to at least to, like... There's mods, right, for Xenoblade X where you can get it be 4K 60 FPS, and Jesus. Oh! Makes me feel things. I think I had an emotional awakening when I saw that video. Ooh. But I do imagine Xenoblade 4 will probably be on the next console for Nintendo. Could be on both, but I feel like it's going to be at least waiting until the next console. And he couldn't compare Al Weaver to Adam Howden? Yeah, Adam Howden. Yeah, just go full meta with the story. Just, like, really lean into it. Like, have Adam Howden, Al Weaver, and all the voice actors be actual characters, and the characters they voiced in-game have to go save them to get their voices back, and have that be the actual plot of the story. That'd be so wild, I'd be down for it. Alvis knew Al Weaver's power levels were too much. Yeah, he had a DBZ scouter. Like I said, just go full meta with it. Just really lean into it. Chetosaurus Vex himself.
It's good to keep a record.
Yeah, Noah just walks through the door and all he hears is rolling smash, and he just dies immediately. I want to know who Noah's parents are. That's one of my things. I'm so interested in that. Because, right, we kind of know who Mio's parents are. Who the hell is Noah related to? Or is he just a new character, which I'm kind of fine with. But I wouldn't mind getting more story for that.
Huh. There we go.
Timelines for lunch. Oof. Craft gems. How close am I to this max crit rate gem? We've been grinding for this thing all week. I'm getting close, though. I'm getting close. Yeah, I got all the legendary components. I only need the Ageshu Needle Claws. I have no idea how we get those. Look that up. Ageshu Needle Claw. Spartan Fennec in the Pentalus region. Okay, we can do that. I can manage that. Pentalus region. Where the hell is this? Low Mactha Wildwood. Okay. Oh, I think I know where this thing is. Yeah. Oh, I hope you all remember where we're going next. Back to Old Reliable, because this is the jabroni we need to farm. We teleported this guy so many times to fight the dragons. Now we gotta fight this dude. If I knew how to farm his ass, I would have just done it when I did the dragons. Oh well. I granted 60 hours for all my X gems. Oof. I mean, there's some X gems I just don't think I'm gonna need. Like, do I really need that level rank 10 dexterity gem? Like, when we really think about it, will I need it? I mainly want the attack one and the crit one. Those two I really want. I already have one of the rank 10 gems. Shulkin Fiora's son. I don't know if I buy that one in Fen, mainly because of the hair color. Like, maybe I'm just really bad at Punnett squares. Like, that's possible. Why am I fighting this thing? Hold on. No, 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 no. Okay, almost messed up. My muscle memory went into effect there. Between her and Dunban? Maybe. I like the idea that it's Dunban that does his hair. Like, he just dyes it every month. He was obviously Rex's daughter. Why did that make me laugh more than it should? Dyes her hair, Jesus. Why is this thing in the middle of the acid pool? Get over here. Oh, I'm about to absolutely annihilate this thing. Hope no one had a special feeling towards Spartan Fennec, because this thing's not about to live for long. Get over here. Come on, Dimension Ripper, let's go. Oh my god, this thing's got like no health. Oh, easy dub. Okay, get over here. Here we go, here we go. Let her rip! It's Beyblade! Okay, also, I feel obligated to bring up this fact about once a month. Mainly whenever I mention Beyblade in an offhanded fashion. Did you know it is canonical within the Beyblade mythos that the way Moses parted the Red Sea was with a Beyblade? That is canonical to the Beyblade mythos. That Moses separated the Red Sea, or parted it, with a Beyblade. Man legitimately pretty much said, and as God says to thee, let her rip. Like, let's be honest here. Ever since I learned that from the co-optional podcast, I have not been able to unthink that piece of lore. Beyblade lore is wild. We got a photo like we did for the 2 cast at the end of the 3, but instead it's for everyone, like the cast of 1, 2, 3. Oh my god. That would be incredible. I think we might get that in Xenoblade 4 though. But yeah, that would be incredible. We need a photo of all 3 Xenocasts. Yeah, we need it. I absolutely need that now. I need a photo like that. Oh no. Are we all gonna have the exact same wallpaper whenever we get that photo, by the way? Like, the exact same wallpaper? Cancel the interlink, you son of a... I wanted to smash! But no, they want to get the most useless fucking interlink in the game. Come on. Work with me here, work with me. Move over here. This one sucks too, get out of that. Move over here, here we go. What the f... Come on, Saber Slash, let's work. Come on, buffs. Buff me up, Scotty. Relative genes. Yeah, it's just a low chance, I think. Get out of this interlink. It's trash. Get out of it. Here we go. Here we go. Now we're doing damage. Oh, yeah. Now we're doing... Oh, yes. Get out of this one, too. Go over here. Now we got the good one. Okay, now we can do some numbers. Now we got the good interlink. We're not falling for the... No. What? You all... Oh, my... I'm being bamboozled to the highest degree. I'll buy a poster of it and put it on my wall. I buy a freaking car decal and just, like, put put in like every car I could find. It'd be my wallpaper. It would be on my tombstone. My god, we got a soul hack out of that.
That's how you pull off a win.
Oh my god, we got 9 of those. Let's go. Who'll stand in the front? We need the entire No-Pon squad from Future Connected. We need Riki and all of his kids. We need Tora, his Data-Pon and Grampy-Pon. We need Riku and Manana. And then I need the Wiggles to come in and do a parody of one of their songs. You know, like Mom Spaghetti, Mom Spaghetti. Like Riku and Manana, Riku and Manana. No, Apples and Bananas, that one. Would the Xenoblade 3 cast be kids or full adults? Well, Xenoblade 3, the events of Origin, they're still kids, like term 1s, I think. We need a Tora family picture? Yeah, we do. Absolutely. Need it. Here we go. More damage. With the artificial blades. Yeah, we need like an army of 2,000 Enos in the background. Like, I need 2,000 Enos in the background. I need an entire Roman platoon of them. Come on, we got this. Ooh, smash. That did nothing. Alright, feel the power here. Let's go. Rip it. Let's go with Noah here. Come on. Tachyon Slash. Big damage. Pile it on. Give birth to lands. I'm not gonna lie, I've had that theory myself. I don't know how accurate it'd actually be. "98 come from Riku? That's just mean." I mean, Rex doesn't deserve that. Lance does, but Rex doesn't deserve that. No, all of Ryan's IQ points went to his heart. Yeah, that's the copium for me. Rex was pretty smart. He put all of his D&D points into bands. I need the bonk stick. Yeah, whenever I get emotes, I absolutely need a bonk stick one. I'll just like draw a straight line in like Microsoft Paint or something. Rex was even repairing Poppy with Tora. I forgot about that scene, yeah. Come on, Noah, more damage. Pile it on, let's go. Need you to attach a 0 to the end of all those numbers. And then we're cooking. Oh yeah, time to wave this flag. He's a fast growth rate ability like Brawly. Yeah, he stayed caught up to freaking Morag in just a sword fight. Like, my man's a natural born killer. Like, unironically. Like, Moradane probably tried to recruit his ass after that moment. I'm back, walked my dog. Okay, welcome back, Brayden. Hope the dog walk went well. At what point do you get emotes? I have no idea. Like, legitimately, I do not know. I mean, it might come from partnership. I don't know. I have met the requirements for partnership now. But there's still a bit of a process for that. He is the protein. True. There we go. Big damage. Imagine Rex's power as an adult. Yeah, he breathes in the wrong direction, and the entire belt inside just gets flattened. He's like Superman in that one scene from the cartoon. It's like, I feel like I live in a world of cardboard. Careful to make sure I don't break anything. But now, I don't really have to worry about that now, do I? Want to see Rex training Vandom in the DLC? Oh yeah, I want to imagine Rex just became an absolute gym bro after the events of Xenoblade 2.
We already beat them once, but no victory is certain.
Like, he posts gym bro TikTok content as well.
Keep your heads or lose.
Like, hey, new PB 450 with one arm on the curls.
I'll tear it all
He's the Kirito from Sword Art Online. Look, I'm of the opinion I need them to just copy Oda's work. Just give him 3 swords, 4 sword style. Yeah, the Aegis sword in each hand, the Nia sword in the mouth, and I don't want to know where he puts the Numa sword. I don't want to know this information, I just don't need it. Maybe attached to his elbow, because Lord help me, I don't want it anywhere else. Maybe he does like a Killer Bee from Naruto and he's like holds it in his like elbow pocket or something. Like maybe the underarm, because I have a visceral fear if the internet starts to theorize about this. Isn't Rex basically the king of Agnes? I don't think he'd ever talked about that. Since Nia's the queen. Wouldn't that make him the prince though? I think that's how that works. Not a muscle, he definitely spot the newbies and spot off. Vox's scythe or his orb, 6 sword style? Oof, yeah. True. No, he attaches them to his shoulders like mech cannons. So when he barrel rolls you, you're fucked. No, like shoulder charges you, you're just screwed. Stop a stream? We need double spinning edge back as an art, and yes, we do. Jack, you're absolutely correct. Imagine double spinning edge, but he has both swords. He would literally just be a Fury Warrior in World of Warcraft. Blade Storm. He needs an ability which just spins like a Beyblade and just kills everything. Like what I just did to that thing needs to be his base damage from level 1. Triple spinning edge. It's quadruple spinning precipice. DLC if we can use Rex. I hope we can use Rex. I need to be able to use Rex. Like I said before, it's not a desire. It's not a want. It's a need. A dual-wield double spinning edge art. Oh, I got an idea. I know we have flash fences, so this doesn't exactly work, but imagine every time you hit an art, it does it twice. No. This is what you do. Every time Rex even auto-attacks, it instantly applies Doom no matter what enemy it is. And nothing can resist the Doom. Like, they just die because of his awesomeness. Still waiting for that Xenoblade Warriors game, Monolith. Like, I'm just saying... You know where I'll be when if it ever comes out. You know where I'll be. Oh my god, Noah. Kill that thing. Let's go. Who are we kidding? Rex needs a literal anchor. Yeah. Replace the little grapple hook with an actual anchor. Like, just go talk to Triton. I think he'll have a spare one. Is my favorite art in the entire series. I'm still mildly disappointed at the fact he doesn't have 2 anchor shots. And I'm mildly disappointed that he doesn't use 2 anchor shots to swing from place to place like Spider-Man. Anchor shots didn't come true. I am too, Potato. I am too. It was such a good idea. Spider-Man. Spider-X. Spider-X. Xenoblade fighting game. Yeah, I think it could work. I want to be like this crazy ass super boss. Same for Shulk at first. You want to use the old pro tags, but you gotta earn it. That would be cool. Oh, oh my god. Imagine what if we got the Elvis scene completely wrong and we are actually the ones playing as Elvis. What if we got that completely wrong? There's no cloud scene, just falls off for eternity. Oh no. Oh my god. Okay, this is gonna be a very obscure reference, but if anyone's ever played Neon Double Dragon Neon or something, like Neon Double Dragon or Double Dragon Neon, there's a scene at the end where the main villain falls off a cliff, and as he's falling, the credits roll, and he does this stupid, goofy song. I need if that actually happens with Rex, I need him to just start singing on his way down, like that. Like, it's too funny. Like, I need that throwback reference. Is Rex in his salvaging skills? Alva's gameplay, I'm almost certain it's not gonna happen, but what if? What if? I'm just saying, what if? We are Alvis, we are the Monado. Yeah, what if they're actually just debating us the entire time? And the entire trailer was a massive misdirect? And the roles of Rex, Shulk, and Alvis are completely swapped? It's actually Alvis trying to reason with Shulk and Rex who've been mind-controlled. What if that's actually this case? They pull a Nier Automata, where in the trailer they swap the characters out to prevent a spoiler. What if they did that? He will sing Drifting Souls while falling forever. Oof. Yeah, we are the Monado. We are Monado. Talk about Zanza and Klaus and eventually come to the conclusion he's the same person. I think Rex would be able to make that connection because Klaus told him that he has a counterpart in the world of Xenoblade 1. To be fair, Alvis did have a moveset in Xenoblade 1. That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying. Let's connect the dots. Yeah? Let's go fully wild with this theory. I like how you put kidding in parentheses there. It's the little touches in text sometimes that gets me. Gotta be a toughie, huh?
Looks like a tough customer.
Yeah, maybe if we all
I wonder who Tora's wife is. Do we even know if he has a kid? I don't know if we do. Tora didn't have a wife. That we know of. I'm kind of here for Bachelor Tora, though. It'd be cool if they did talk about Klaus and Zanza. Yeah, like, those are like moments of fan service where I'm like, you know what? Screw it. Just give me all those kinds of scenes. Lean into it. Like, that's perfect heart-to-heart material. Like, just lean into it. Alva's a scary guy, huh? Like, I'm just saying, I'd hit him with an RKO in the first round, he'd be done and out. Does that imply that Zanza recreated another half of himself? I say maybe. I kind of lean into that idea. It could also be the fact that Zanza awakened to his own Monado and was able to create it because of that. Klaus seemingly never did. Fighting Rex and Shulk because he found out that Rex... Oh no. Alva's just a big brother. You know how hard it is to go through that one scene in the tomb in Xenoblade 2 and not burst out laughing anymore? You know how hard that is for me? I mean, the memes just write themselves, Warlock, don't they?
Punchier next time.
Don't think this is the norm.
Big responsibility.
Hey, look at that.
Leave it to me.
I have 15 of these things because of Xanta being a god. I imagine Klaus is also just right next to the conduit, so he could probably like siphon some stuff off of that.
We have to keep track of our progress.
Raiden, thank you for scarring me emotionally forever after hearing that. I mean, reading that. Really did not need to hear that. Oh, God. Oh, God.
Just because we've done this before.
So when Xanta became a god, Klaus also did as well. Yeah, that might make sense. Like, since Xanta awoken his Monado, it would also, quote-unquote, be effective for Klaus. I could see that. Nephews and nieces. Yeah, that's actually the plot of Xenoblade 3. Like, that's why it all happened. Do we think we see Nia and Melly in some form in the DLC? Absolutely. I think we will absolutely see those two as pretty major characters. What if Mobius A was Xanta revived all along? I kind of like the idea I saw earlier that Mobius A was actually Ionios. The entire time it wasn't Alvis. It was Ionios itself. I kind of like that idea. Well, we gotta beat this thing. We're so close to our rank 10 gem. The duality of Klaus and Xanta is so underrated. Yeah, it just goes to show how they are technically both the same person, but they went through wildly different things and became wildly different people. Oh my god. There we go, got that conquered. I need the right Ageshu Needle Claws. I need them. The game is screwing with me.
It's good to keep a record. It's good to keep a record. It's good to keep a record.
Okay, let's see what we got here. Okay, we made some good progress today with getting resources for the next gem that we need. We will almost have the crit gem. I don't think we'll be able to grind out for the attack gem before the DLC, but I don't think we'll need it. Of Ionis being a... Yeah, it was pretty interesting to me as well when I heard it. Not so much Xanta. Xanta's just a villain. But I like him as a villain. Mainly because he looks cool. Also, we fight him in space. Like, I love that. Brilliant dialogue writing. Yeah, the main characters overall had really great dialogue writing. Especially Uni. What if Zed is the manifestation of Ionios and his spirit goes back in time and possesses Alvis and Alvis becomes Zed, creating a time loop? I could see that. Not should be a time loop, but I could absolutely see Alvis becoming Zed at some point. So I am getting very sleepy very quickly, so I'm going to call the stream there for the night.
We should probably keep a record.
Tomorrow, I believe tomorrow, or the next stream will likely be the last stream before the DLC comes out. I believe that's the case. So we have some stuff to do. What we're going to do next stream is we're going to bang out quite a few of these Hero Ascension quests. We're going to do Miyabi's, get that one to rank 20. And we might do Gondors. What I also want to do is do some super bosses, see if we can down them as well, get some XP. And hopefully grind like that.
Keep a record.
Thank you all for tuning in. My pleasure making the video and the stream. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like and subscribe. It really helps the channel out, helps support future content, and I greatly appreciate it. Thank you, everybody, for 1,000 subs. It's been an absolute wild ride. More content to come. Your boy ain't going anywhere. Yeah? I ain't going freaking anywhere. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Esther. Thank you, Jack. Thank you for Potato. Released on the 16th here in the UK. Gotcha. Yeah, I think it releases on a Wednesday. Over in the Americas. So we're releasing the 15th for us. So it might release right when we start stream. So that might be sweet. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. My pleasure making the video and talking to all of you. It was great talking to all of you. Stay safe. Have a great day. And I'll hopefully see you all again next time. Good night. I'll be there in a flash. Okay. Night, Joey. Night, Warlock. Thank you, everybody. Good night, Infern. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in.